Good morning, team. Hope everyone is blessed and well. So much to talk about, man. Our great club, our team that's underperforming, performing. The manager saying stuff, not saying stuff. Virgil speaking about the media. So much to discuss. Dean's in the building, though. Appreciate you, my bro, man. After showing up yesterday for the quiz, didn't wasn't victorious, but we got room to improve as Liverpool do, bro. How are you, first and
Yeah,
foremost, broski?
yeah, man. All good, man. Good morning. Again, nice fresh morning.
Mm-hmm.
The mornings I like. I like it when it's fresh and crisp. So yeah, man. All good, man. You good?
All good, bro, man. Just here thinking, I gotta come and speak to the people, man, as we do every day, to be fair. Come and speak to them about the team and see what their thoughts are, share our thoughts, and yeah, just try and come to a consensus at the end of it all, man, and then leave maybe happy or maybe mad. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Never know how it's gonna end. You.
Yeah, but big up. There's already a few people in the building. I see Lewis has already dropped a big up to Enz and Dean. Hope you're all good. We're all good, man. We're all good. I hope you're all good as well. And then everyone else, when you're ready to leave your comments, I know some of you probably listening in and probably on your way to work or at work or doing your thing, man. So whenever you're ready, throw your comments in and we'll have a conversation, bro. But yeah, man, the quiz. Just wanted to really thank everyone for taking part yesterday. As I said, it's going to be something we do going forward. I need a particular day. I think Thursday was a good day, but it might be even Wednesdays as well. But we'll find the right day. But I guarantee you I'll bring it every week and I'll try and get a panel together as well. Um, Shout out to some of the guys as well. One of the guys said he was cheating yesterday still. And I was like, I don't think you should cheat, my G. Left a comment after and said
I
he was
knew
cheating.
it. I knew there was something going. Because, bruv, getting. See, when you have to put the right answers on your phone, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you got. I keep on forgetting. There's a tab you got to press before you start writing, bro. So I'm
Yeah, you got to
writing.
press it. Yeah.
Nothing's getting turned. Nothing's dead. So that wastes vital time, bro, because everything's time sensitive, isn't it?
Yes, you get 20-second each question.
Yeah, so next time I'll know anyway. So
Nice, all right, man. And big up to Ish as well, man, for jumping in as
yeah,
well. First time jumping on the channel. So respect to him for showing love and coming across, man.
yeah,
But yeah, it was good. And I didn't realize he's mad competitive as well, bro. He's on it.
yeah,
And I think
yeah,
it's only going to get worse. It's going to get worse for everyone. At this point, you don't want him to win early. You have to keep him grounded because I think if he wins, the humble side will disappear, bro. Just start saying stuff.
It makes me sick. Yeah. I'm so much. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm so much more smart than him in real life. Yeah, he's like a freestyler.
Right.
He lives life freestyle. You get me? He's just ish. He's one of them guys. Yeah, yeah. He's a lovable person, bro. He'll do anything for you, but he's ish. You get me? So him beating me was crazy. I couldn't believe
Nah, big up Hakeem and Morris as well. Saying big up to the man them as well. But let's start off, Dean, with obviously Liverpool versus Manchester City, man. Big game. But it's not really we're not playing for any I say we're not playing for anything because I don't want to say obviously the 3 points is important for us because we're trying to get in the Champions League. But it's not like the yesteryears, bro, of us actually going, this is a 6 pointer. We win, we're winning in it. We win, we're winning the league. We lose, is Manchester City's league. It's not that anymore. It's it's now, are we doing Arsenal a favor? We're desperate now. We need the 3 points to try and get Champions League football. That's kind of where we're at the moment, bro. What are you thinking, man? Because this game, it's important, but
it.
I don't know.
It's a funny one, bro, because obviously, once we out of the title race, I'm a Man City fan straight away. Not fan, but I want them to win it, sort of thing. Because no disrespect to Arsenal, but I don't come across Man City fans. So
Right.
I can deal with Man City winning the league, whatnot, yeah. But now I've got to a point where I watched Man City last game, bro, and they
Hmm.
remind me of us. The second half against Tottenham just reminds me of how we play, how open they are when people attack them. I'm
Yeah.
watching them thinking, wow. I ain't seen Man City play much because they always normally play same time as us. I never knew how bad they were, bro. So I don't even care about Man City no more. We just got to go out there. I think we'll beat them, and then the league will deal with itself. You get me? Because I don't believe, even if Man City do that, I don't believe they're going to win the league. They're not, consistent enough. They're still weak at defense. There's still too much errors in their game. So I'll just say go there, beat them. Because I definitely think we'll win. I don't see nothing in that Man City performance. Even with Semenyo looked cool, Gahey didn't look great. Like the players I wanted didn't even turn up against them. So yeah, I don't rate Man City, bro. But yeah, just get the 3 points and let us have something. Because we got to salvage something this season. Let us see some football or something that we can move forward for. Because this manager's here to end the season. So give us something to. All right, we ain't got nothing to play for. Obviously, we've got Champions League and FA Cup, but give us something, man. Give us some goals. Give us some. Like last couple of games, we've been happy because we scored goals.
Yeah, 6 and 4. Yeah,
you get me. That's what I'm on, bro. So yeah, man, go and get the win.
but looking at the game, I seen Lewis saying we're beating City 2-0. But looking at the game, obviously we got a few injuries going into this one, and I think Man City probably got a full fit squad. Well, fit as what they kind of need in it. Obviously, we're gonna have to play against Mark Gay this time. We're gonna have to play against Semenyo as well. 2 players that me and you and a few of the guys we wanted desperately to join our football team because we thought, yeah, these guys can definitely move us up at least another level. Because Semenyo will come in unpredictability, the power and pace you need, and then you've got someone that can naturally score goals, but he can also, play. He'll do the winger stuff that we kind of need and what we're lacking from both our flanks at the moment. Both the wingers at the moment, you look at them, you're like, nah, they're not really offering us what we kind of need. So he would have offered that, and desperately we knew we needed a centre back because we just have defenders. We just have defenders just dropping like flies at this moment in time, bro. That's one area of the pitch. For some reason, when Liverpool get injuries, it's never like a spread like injury where you get an injury here, then it's an injury there. It's like one area. They go, right, midfield this season, you guys are going to get killed with injuries. Defense this season, you're going to get killed with it. Goalkeeper this season, you're going to get killed with it. Remember, we had Alisson out and Kelleher out, and then we had to bring in the third choice for like 2 games or a game, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I was like, we just have that. So Frimpong isn't training this week, and then Gomez is touch and go.
Oh yeah, Frimpong. Oh my God, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot about Frimpong.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my gosh, that's changed things. I completely forgot about Frimpong, bro.
Where was your head at? What were you thinking in terms of the setup? You was thinking Frimpong comes in.
I was thinking if Frimpong, Kirkes are starting to cook now. I'm thinking, yeah, if we attack them, their defending weren't great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It will mean Szoboszlai would have to go and fill in at right back again, which you look at it, it's not a bad option to have in it. Like, he's not going to go into it and do this bait like, I can't be asked kind of job. He's going to give everything he possibly can. But then again, you're taking away that entity in the midfield, the guy that runs around and actually wins tackles and just endless running, and none on the half. He's got that power and pace to get in behind. But it might help us to, a bit of stability. It might help us, but then it might take away from Salah as well, because now Sobo doesn't do overlapping. No. Sobo isn't a right back that's going to overlap. So then Salah has to do his job himself in terms of beating his player, and he struggles to do that anyway. So it's just always has a knock-on effect when you don't have an out-and-out fullback playing in a fullback position. But he also spoke about, the Man City game when we played them last time. And he said, obviously, first half, we got cooked. We actually got outplayed. But then he spoke about the small margins again, Dean, in terms of we had the disallowed goal, the penalty that was soft. Do you think the game outlook would have been different if those decisions would have gone our way? Or are we just picking at straw? You know what I mean? Clutching at straws now.
No, I definitely feel it made a difference, because at the end of the day, they were on top. They were on top. Then what's it called? Virgil scored that goal. And then you saw the very next game against us, we conceded a goal the same way, and it was allowed. Yeah, but that game, anything can happen, bro. Because it's not like Man City of old. Obviously, they'll cook, but they were fragile still. We just that we didn't attack them properly. You get me? So 1-1 at that point, the game could have been different. You get me? I'm not making excuses. I still, honestly, if I look at it carefully, I still think we'd have lost, but we just don't know. If at 1-1, anything can happen, bro. The heads might have dropped, anything. But Doku was cooking that day.
He was on a one-man show thing. He was just it was Doku versus Liverpool. It weren't even Man City versus Liverpool. We said something. Did our fans upset him or something? Because
someone must have upset.
Who has he played like that against since, bro?
No one. Never has he played like that. He's had good games where he's flashed in and out of games and he's looked dangerous. All game he was on the right, on the left, in midfield. He was everywhere, bro. He had like a free role. He was just doing what he wanted, bro. And he just murdered us, bro, that day. He was, that's mostly one of the best win performances you will see. You get me? He ripped us apart.
And then his goal to finish it off was mental.
The goal. Bro, he done a Mane. That's what Mane used to do to people. That goal was crazy, bro. Horrible.
So now we have to worry about him and Semenyo in the next game.
I think we'll be all right now, to be honest. I know it sounds mad, but at Anfield, I don't think you'll be able to do that against Kirkes. I don't think you'll be able to do that. Hold on, what side? Yeah, he'll be playing against Thing, isn't it? Szoboszlai.
Yeah, it'll be Doku versus Szoboszlai. It depends though, because it depends. You don't know, innit? So either it's going to be Doku Szoboszlai or Doku and Kirkes or Semenyo Kirkes. It might go Semenyo Kirkes, to be fair. Because remember when Bournemouth did it at the start of the season, when they put Semenyo he didn't start, and for some reason he was just on the right. I was like, I know he can play there, but that's not where you guys start him sometimes. And for this game, you just gone, throw him up against Kirkes, just unsettle him.
Run up Kirkes. I know this guy.
Yeah.
Do him in training pools, you get me? So, no, bro, I think for some reason, I honestly think we're going to beat them 3-1. Like someone said it yesterday, I think 3-1 as well. I think we're going to beat them. And it's going to be, we 1-0. No, it's not even going to be 3-9. It's going to be 2-1 or something like that. But we are going to beat them, bro. It's the most confident I've ever been against Man City. And I don't know why. It's just...
Right, I hear it, man. When it's in our hands, innit? Big up to AR, big up Honesty as well. Big up to Maverick and Bizzle in the chat. He also said as well, Dean, obviously it'll be a good test for us to see where we're at in terms of this season and have we actually gelled as a team? I don't know, bro. Like,
so it just went blank there. I don't know what you said there.
No, I said he also looking at it as see how far I'll put it to you this way. He wants to see, it's a good game to see how far we've come as a team now compared to when we played them in the early stage of the season.
Oh, so what you're saying, he's measuring how far we've come. Bro,
yeah.
We know where we are, bro. We know where we as fans know where we are. Like, we know we're one performance away from claps again if he does the wrong tactics. We know we can play. We know we can compete. We've seen it all season. We can compete and beat good teams. But we know the manager can and will default back to foolishness. You get me? So, bro, on our day, we beat anyone. It's as simple as that. On our day, we beat anyone. If he does everything right, what he's meant to do, pick the right team, the right formation, the right tactics, we'll beat any team, bro. So it's not a matter of if we're gelled or not, bro. We are gelled. The players are there. Ekitike, Wirtz, Kirkes, they're all in the team fine. It's just down to the manager. If he does the right things, bro, we will win. That's why I see it well, because you know what we're about, bro. We always before every game we have to think, oh, what's the manager gonna do? We never had to think down the clock. We'd be like, oh yeah, we beat this team. Ask a question, I'll say, yeah, we win. But now we've got to say, well, there's stipulations, whether the manager reverts back to what he normally does, or so yeah, man, we know where we are, bro. But just that depends what he does, isn't it?
He also, in terms of, you got to ask a question around, is that kind of the best you've seen us play? And it was in terms of the Newcastle game, innit? Because that's the luck. Well, he finally got a Premier League win, and he was like, nah. It's not. And I was just like, no. I think Premier League wise, obviously, maybe he might look at different Champions League games and pick. And but it's his own personal opinion, isn't it? Really. So even though I'm saying nah, it's what he thinks. He thinks that whatever game in mind, he thinks that's a good game. So I'm gonna ask you, Dean. I'll ask the chat as well. If you think he's incorrect, like what other game do you think we've played better than we played against Newcastle? And it was bar the first 30 minutes as well. So take that into mind as well, guys watching, ladies watching, in terms of they said take away the first opening half an hour because I think Newcastle had us on the ropes. But I'm thinking about a game where that was better than the Newcastle game. That actually, I felt like that was Liverpool.
Yeah, bro. When you consider, because you got to consider certain things. You got to consider the opponent you're playing against, the whole atmosphere, everything. Yeah. And for me, that's the most obviously bar the first 30, 35 minutes. That's mostly the most complete I've seen us play. Like everyone was about it. Like I was watching the game and I felt comfortable. You know, when there's bare games I've watched and I'm not comfortable. You get me? And it had the fact is we scored goals. It wasn't just like we and then the game's boring. We scored goals. You get me? So we wasn't happy with 2-1 or 3-1. We carried on. We don't normally do that. We normally sit off, and now last minute we've got to be scared when they get a corner in the last minute. There might be a last minute equaliser. That was never a threat this time, bro. There was never a threat. Oh, they can come back. Maybe at 3-1 when Harvey Barnes had that shot in the box, you're thinking, oh, if that went in, maybe. But other than that, bro, it was a comfortable game. You get me? So obviously the manager will look at different things. Like he might set out the team technically how he wants to see it, and he might see other games where what he's implemented is seen better. So he might think, oh, I've implemented this in this game. The reason why I like that game is because of these things. You get me? But we look at it as fans. We go on entertainment and structure, and we look at it basic. Manager will look at it more in depth. And I can hear him. I can see what he's saying. He mostly chooses another game that he's mostly got everything tactically right. But it might not have been a good watch for us. You get me? So I can understand him choosing a different game if he did. You get me? So,
yeah, I can see, Peach saying here that the Madrid and Villa game is one of them as well. We played in good. Honesty saying Villa as well. AR saying the best 60 minutes, probably the best we've played. So the last 60 minutes. So yeah, but he for some reason he was just like, nah, there's better. And I get it because I don't think he ever like accepts when someone goes, that's good. He always thinks that there's something else. That's kind of, it feels like that's just his personality sometimes. There's always something else that was better than what we just did. But he also said we need to be better in both boxes as well. So we need to be better in our own box and we need to be better in the attacking areas as well. But I don't know if they're working on things in training, bro. So if you've identified that, Dean, if I've gone, Dean, me and you have a team and we need to be better in both boxes. Defensively, we need to be better at defending our own box, and attacking, we need to come up with some patterns to create better chances than what we have been doing. Instead of just Maverick, maybe Verts doing a 1-2 of Ekitike or Ekitike doing something and we're just creating something out of nothing. Then you would clearly work on it, right? And then you can see some sort of resonance of it happening throughout games going forward. But we're saying the right things, but it doesn't seem like we're doing the right things. And look, bear in mind, the last 2 games we've scored 6 and 4. So maybe they have sort something out. But is this going forward now? Are we scoring this many goals going forward? Or are we going back to these tight, boring games again?
I don't think it will go back to the boring. I think he's finally let the players be a bit more free because you've seen how many times have we seen we get to the halfway line and we cut back. How many times have we seen Sabozla slow the game down when it's 2-1? When we can quickly break, when we've got more numbers forward than they've got going back, we always slow it down. But you saw against the Newcastle game how we scored. Ekitike scored a second goal because it was a quick transfer. We just went from Alisson, Kirkes, Frimpong, what's it? Ekitike, goal. 3 passes. You get me? So I've seen a couple of changes. Hopefully he carries on. But yeah, man, I think we're just a bit more free. Not like crazy, but I think that a few games ago, we wouldn't have done that. We wouldn't have scored that goal. mostly wouldn't have scored that goal because he likes to winning, slow the tempo down. You get me? Just before half time as well, that was. So he might have just said, no, what, cool. It's 2-1. It's just before we just scored. Just get to half time. We're still saying. And we just said, no, we could get another goal. But we scored 2 goals in 4 minutes, bro. So yeah, bro, it's like I feel like, yeah, man, a little bit more freedom we've had. But let's see going forward because we can't go off for 2 games, you get me? So let's see.
You said we've played 95% of the time good football as well. But we've also, I'm just telling you what he's saying.
You say 95%?
So 95% of the time he thinks we played good football. But in both boxes, 95% of the time we've been not so good. So not being good enough.
Hold on. Say it again. He said we've been.
So in terms of the football, 95% of the time he believes we played good football. But 95% of the time, like defending our box and also in the final third box, he doesn't feel that we've been good enough.
Oh, so he's saying 95%. Oh, we played well, but 95% we conceded stupid goals, and in the boxes we're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I disagree because, in other words, you're saying we've been excellent playing football, but just poor defending and poor finishing. Well, football involves in defending and finishing, bro. So you can't have 95% if you're that 95% bad in both boxes, bro. There's no way. It don't work like that, bro.
So he's saying basically in the middle of the park, we've been really good. It's just when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net and also defending our goal is where our problems lie with our team as it stands. But in the middle of the park, crisp, we're good. Because 95% is a high mark pass rate. It's not
mad mark, bro.
That's a high pass rate for someone, bro. You got that's 10% off if I wanted to get all 100. But that could be the difference between like 4 questions. Yeah, I'll take that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll be okay with that. But man said he's much like Twitch. He's gaslighted. He's it might be the rage bait guy, the century, bro. But I think with him, right, he says words and then he quickly thinks, damn, that's gonna come across mad. Because like when I said it first, Dean, you was about to crash out until I explained it again. And then you was like, okay, I get it. That's Maverick saying 95% good. Guys, that's what I said. Like our perception of what's going on is different to what he thinks is going on. So we can't get mad because at the end of the day, we're the ones with the problem then, because we might be seeing it in a way we want the football to be played, and we're not getting what we want to see, so we're getting mad. Where he's happy with what he's seeing, not completely clearly, because he's saying box to box. Well, in both boxes, we ain't good enough. So clearly he's not fully happy with what's going on, but he's content in terms of, right, there's something here to build on. We just need to be better in this area and this area. And then we can move forward. But with us, we're thinking overall, from box to box, the middle of the park, the final third, zone 14, whatever you want to call it, we ain't been good. So that's why I said our outlook on the game, outlook on what the expectations are is so different compared to what they're looking at. Like.
Ends 95. Think about it carefully, yeah. 95% has been good football, yeah.
Right.
Let's just look at it logically, yeah. Right. So you're trying to tell me that only 5% is the goals, both goals sides. Is that what you're saying?
That's yeah. So we got 5% one area, 5% the other area. But then he mentioned 95, so maybe there's a different. Maybe there's 100% when it goes into the box, and there's 100% when it goes into the other box.
You need to say we're playing 40% well, 30% in our goal difference. Our defense is poor, 30% up front's poor. Let's just be real. Let's not try to do 95% this, 95. That is mental to me, bro. Right? Because end of the day, you can have a car. Say you got a car, yeah. Everything's there except from the wheels. The wheels own. I know the wheels are a small part of the car, or forget the wheels. The brakes. It's what you're saying, small compared to the car, yeah. But it's not only 5% of the car, bro. That's 30% of the car. The brakes are so important, bro. It's mad important. Don't downplay how important that is because it's a small area. Don't downplay that, bro.
Yeah, them brakes, boy. If them brakes ain't working, there's problems.
That's one of the most important things. The goals are the most important things in football, bro. Like, no one cares about the midfield. Like, that bit there, that when we look at the scores, we don't think, oh, no, our midfield is better. We look at the scores, we look at the goals. Goals for and goals against.
Yeah.
You get me, bro? That's the most important thing. That's what we do in football. It's about goals. So, like, and
Big up
furthermore,
for joining.
bro, we've got eyes. We've got eyes. We've watched this football. And like you said, and like I said, bro, obviously you coach. I used to coach as well, bro. There's certain games, right, where people will say, oh, that game was good, that rare. Yeah, cool. But the game I liked more was this other game. Because the things I implemented that game worked out. Because you're looking for certain things that maybe the parents ain't looking for, bro. They're just looking for their player, or they're looking the team whole. But I wanted to see certain things in certain games.
Yeah.
You get me? So he might be looking at it as, yeah, I put certain things in the game, little tactic tweaks, and it works. We might not even won that game, bro, what he's talking about. But he
Nah, you know, it's crazy because I know exactly what you mean, because there was one game I remember for one of my teams, and I remember we lost the game, and that was more, maybe I'm going to use the Arne slot quote here, box to box, we were. So I was happy. I was happy with 95% of what we did in the middle, but the 95% in both boxes, didn't defend the goal properly. And when we got into the 95% in the other goal, we didn't take the opportunities or got the shots off that we should have got off. But the build-up play and everything else was superb, and I like that game. So maybe he's got a point, Dean.
Yeah. I know exactly what he's doing here, but it's a 95% is mental. Like, I hear it. You can say,
it's a high percentage.
Yeah, no, you don't have to give percentages sometimes. You just say, no, I like that game. That game was a good game. I know we weren't defending or we weren't doing this properly.
Yeah,
there's things in that game I like. Don't give 95%. If you don't know how percentages work, please do not say 95%. 95% is a crazy mark. You're literally perfect. You're literally perfect, bro. You get me? So
listen, big up to everyone that's joining as well. If you are joining, we're just talking about Arne Slot's presser, obviously the Manchester City Liverpool game, the importance of it. And then one of the other points as well, because as I said, I took down some stuff just so we can have a conversation around it. He said that the team's getting obviously fitter and better as well, and obviously getting used to playing Premier League and Champions League football. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of crazy still. And then obviously players like Virgil was mentioned as well, saying obviously you can see the improvement from him. He's getting stronger, and he gave credit to Virgil. He said, look, it's down to him, and he's the one putting in the work off the pitch and, getting himself, ready and fit to kind of fight on all fronts. There's a part in that where I was like, okay, I hear it. Obviously, you've got a new team and you want this team to gel. They need to get used to playing the two Premier League game and the Champions League game. And I was like, yeah, but most of the players we signed, bar Kirkes, are used to playing Champions League and Premier League games. So I don't get it. I didn't understand that part. I don't know. Maybe you can make some sense of it.
Brother, you got to remember, yeah, this is what annoys me, because you know what? This Dalglish used to do certain things, yeah.
It's before my time still, but go on.
No, not the first Dalglish era. I'm talking about the second Dalglish.
Oh, the second. Okay, sorry. No, go on. No, sorry. I thought you said this is what used to wind you up about Dalglish, and I'm like,
No.
I don't remember getting wound up by Dalglish though. So this is maybe before my time conversation.
See, you can't help yourself. Just be honest. You can't help yourself. Anytime there's a shot to be put in there, you're gonna shoot. I hear it. You be a good striker.
I'm a striker.
Opening, bang, goal. I hear it.
So I'm the top goal scorer of my pro club team, bro. There's a reason. Bag goals, bagsman.
We got
scored 8 goals in one game yesterday. Even though we were dead yesterday, we played poor, but
8 goals in one game. See, when I used to come home and tell my mum and dad I couldn't even tell them I scored 8 goals in one game, bro. They'll definitely cuss. Who you playing against? Was a guy in goal had eyes. They'll tell me bare stuff. Sometimes I can't even tell them how many goals I scored, bro. I've got to be, I scored a couple goals. You only won this.
The guy in goal have eyes, mad.
Bro, you know West Indian parents.
Yeah.
Go. they all, if you score 5 or 6 goals, they start questioning who you're playing. You get me? That's what the questions are. But anyway, what's it called? Dalglish used to do certain things in press conference. It was cringy, bro. Very cringy when I said hear him say things. Don't get me wrong, he's our legend, but now Slot's doing this. I haven't had this from a manager for time. Slot's doing the same thing now. Every time he gets asked a question, I think, please, just be a normal person, please. Do not say stuff. And he's always saying stuff. Then the next press conference, he's got to redirect what he said from the last one because wrong. I was trying to he's got to cover what he says, bro. I hate that. I hate that, bro. Then don't talk. Like, speak when you got something to say, bro. If you got something to say, allow it. Just say, you know what, cool. The guy just speaks, give them ammo to talk about him, and the next day he realizes, bro, sometimes allow it. Just say, you know what, I weren't happy with the performance. We're working it in training. End of the conversation there. Move on to the next question. You get me? Don't try to break things down and make it sound crazy, and it's not. Just, it is where it is. Sometimes it is where it is. We played bad. We need to go and work on it in training, bro. Simple. That's all it is sometimes. But he just probably talks too much, bro. Seriously.
The small margin things are going to come up again, but obviously with the City game, is it going to come down to small margins again, or can we actually go and beat these lot comfortably? Because they spoke about the Newcastle game yesterday, and in terms of, I can't remember who asked the question, but it was more around runners. It was more about runners. The same thing that happened to us. It was runners, running in behind our midfield that was causing the problems for us, and the same for Man City in the Newcastle game. Even though Man City obviously took their chances, but Arne Slot did give them some praise. He said, "Look, obviously, if they can go and put that performance in with not even their full strength and team, shows what kind of squad that Man City actually has." But the other thing that was mentioned was the long ball. So he said what he noticed. What he noticed from the game was Newcastle didn't play as many long balls, or Newcastle played a lot more. And I think he used a gesture of how much long ball compared to what they played against Man City, but us. And I was trying to wrap my brain, Dean, because obviously it's a game that's gone now. I can't remember every single detail from the game. That's why we have a conversation. That's why the chat's here as well. Dean, you have to let me know, bro. Did we face a lot of long ball when we played against Newcastle? Because I don't remember them playing long ball.
Bro, they had no striker to hold the ball up. Like, they had Gordon. They didn't have no Waterminder to start off with, bro. So I can't remember. I know they played long ball, but nothing noticeable. Where
I was looking at the City games going, yeah, they did as your normal long pass. When you're switching play. You're just doing normal ones. But I didn't look at the Newcastle game going, they're just going long every time they get the ball. No. I didn't feel that way.
No, only the first game when we played them at their pitch, I thought, all right, cool. I know what they're doing. They're doing what they're doing, innit? Like, they're playing percentages. They're trying to get throw-ins in and a half, trying to get up the pitch as fast as possible. But against us the last game, I didn't notice nothing like that, bro. It wasn't. If they did, it wasn't noticeable. Maybe because, like I said, they didn't have no target man on the pitch. They didn't have no Joe Linton, no Walter Marder. So if they were playing long ball, we won all the headers then, because Virgil
we must have won all of them.
Were immense. They were immense that game. So if they did, we won every header. Because
I do remember a moment when they tried to knock it up a few, because I remember Konate just being dominant in those duels in it was having. But I'm just but they're like the normal moments in the game where you go, okay, we can't build through midfield because the crowd is on. That Gravenberch was having a really good game, just breaking up play and winning the ball back. So you got to try a different tack, and you have to try in different variations. And that's when I started seeing them trying to knock it more up to when Visser came on and Watermaker came on. But it weren't like the whole game, and it weren't a lot. And it was pretty much the same thing I saw against them when they played Man City. So
that's what the thing is.
I don't get it. No, I was saying I don't get why he mentioned it, to be fair.
Bro, because you know what it is? He's playing the victim role, bro. This is what gets my nerves, bro. If teams do it more against us, it's because we can't deal with it. Teams will alter their game to play against us. Like, see, when Man City was doing this, play football, bro, teams just sit back. Like, Man City faced more low blocks than anyone else. You get me? But they weren't moaning about it. They find a way to beat the low block. Us, we are going to face more long balls than anyone because we can't deal with it.
Yeah,
Deal with long balls, and then you won't get long balls again. You don't play long balls against teams that can do long balls, bro. If you deal with it, you won't have to talk about it no more.
No, it's true.
It's simple as that, bro. Like, it's one simple solution. Deal with it. Deal with it, then you won't have to deal with it. You get me? It's as simple as that, bro.
And then in terms of like the runners as well. So speaking about the runners, that we was having problems, like, you know, players running in behind our midfield, which has been the consistent theme this season, where we've had multiple conversations about the midfield looking open. And I agree. I'm looking at the City team going, do they have powerful runners in their midfield to run past our midfield? So that won't be our issue in this game, I don't think.
I don't see who they've got in that midfield that can do that. I know the wingers, yeah, fair enough. If they start converting, if Doku takes on the same role he had in the first game where he's just everywhere, not just on the wing, then that could be a problem. Maybe if they do choose Shirky on the wing, maybe he will invert as well.
He ain't even got that speed. Like, he ain't got speed where I'm like, oh my god, like he's gonna make.
No, but he's clever. He's clever. He'll just invert from the wing, and then his next minute he's in that little space between the midfield and defense. You get me? So I don't think if they play the team I think they're gonna play, I don't think that'll be a problem. To be honest, the running, it's just being more on transition. We might get caught out, not just regular running with a couple of passes and they're through. I think they'll hit the wings. They have to hit Doku and Semenyo, and then I think we'll be good. You know, I don't think it's gonna be stretched like the Man City game at their pitch, bro. I think it'll be good. I think we'll be more compact. I think you're gonna see a different sort of Liverpool. I think we're gonna have it. What we've been asking for all season. Like, I think he's gonna have the defensive structure there.
Yeah.
And we could be able to attack. Because normally he does one or the other. We'll be defending, and the next game we'll be attacking. Now, I think we'll have it all right in one game for once. Because remember, it's pride as well, bro. It's against Pep. This is a game that he's going to be up for.
Yeah.
You know, when you're playing certain teams, you put, even though it shouldn't be that, you should be putting extra work in every game, but you tend to put more work in against your rival manager. So I think I've got a funny feeling he's going to get everything right. It's mad.
Yeah, it should be interesting though, isn't it, to see what he does. So in terms of the runners, because I look at them, so it's going to be one of those possession-based games. But then I'm like, are we going to be the home team that's sitting back? Are we going to like sit back and allow them to attack us?
Nah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it will be. I think they'll have their spell. We'll have long spells with the ball. And I think it's just going to be one of them ones, bro. They'll have Man City. There's no way you can play a game against Man City without them having the spell of the ball. So we have to accept that, yeah? And we know that's going to happen. And that's what I'm talking about. This is what I think will be professional, where when they have got the ball, we'll sit in mid to low block and we'll do it. You get me? When you have to, this is what I was saying before. I don't mind having a low block in certain games. I don't mind midway through the game when you're defending, you have to go into a low block. I ain't got a problem with that. It's just that not all game I want to see that. You get me? Yeah, if you have to go into a low block, go into a low block, bro. You get me? Because there are teams like Man City that can tear you apart if you let them. You get me? So if you got to do that, bro. I ain't got a problem with it. And then catch them out, bro. So yeah, man, I ain't got a problem with that, bro. If he does that.
What about the Curtis situation, bro? Because that was a part of the conversation as well. Said it would be strange if we let anyone go in terms of the midfielders. We got 16 players. You mentioned Rio in there, which we'll get into a conversation about him in a second. Trey was mentioned as well within that conversation. But it's just weird, isn't it? It's just weird that it didn't sound to me, and obviously this is purely speculation, this is purely my own opinion. It didn't feel like, oh, he values what Curtis brings to the team. And I'm not saying like, oh, no player can ever leave, no player can ever, want to leave this football club, and does every manager like every player and that they want to play? Maybe they have their set team that they want to use. That's fine. Obviously, they mentioned as well that he's aware of, and Curtis is aware of, he's only got a year and a half left on his current deal. But it just felt like whatever happens with Curtis, he just needs to go out. Like, it don't matter. It's not a thing where we're worried about whether we keep him or not. And obviously that could show that maybe we're looking to do something crazy in the transfer window again and get some top players in there. And then you go, well, we miss Curtis and he's obviously one of the soul and heart of the football club, but it's fine. We've replaced him with more than an adequate replacement. But yeah, it didn't feel like he wanted to kind of keep him. And even in the Man City game, you need a player like a Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
And the fact that we were kind of willing sort of to kind of just get rid of him, it's kind of mad to me. And I'm looking at the profile of what Curtis does, and I'm just like, if you can find a solution for him, then you could use him in this team. You can, I'm not saying build a team around him, but the system that you're trying to do, which is a possession-based team, Curtis is perfect for what you're trying to do. But he needs a specific role. He's not, and I think they mentioned as well, like all of these midfielders, they can play in different positions. And that's the issue we have at the moment, because when you're trying to build a system or a style, you need specialists. You need people that you're going to put and go, you are doing this job. And he has those players, in my opinion, but he's not putting them in that. He's like, oh, I'll just put this guy there and I'll put that guy over there. And I'm like, but bro, Curtis is better if you put him in the pivot because he's better ball retention. He's press proven. Like he can receive it on the, he can draw players in and draw multiple players and go by them.
Yeah.
Why don't you use him in that role, the Zubimendi role, the Zubimendi player you try to buy? Why is there not much more of a fight to go, right, I need to keep Curtis at this football team?
Well, I just don't think he rates him like that. No, he obviously we know he's got his favourites, yeah. No matter what McAllister does, McAllister's going to be the team. That's what we've got to live with, bro. And the thing is, like I said, on form, Curtis should be in the team. Full stop. You get me? And you saw that Curtis is a local lad, yeah. For someone to actually go in for him, to go in for a local lad, they've given some encouragement.
Yeah.
Who would ever think Curtis would leave Liverpool? Who would have that? Who would think, oh no, let me bid for Curtis? Unless they knew something, bro. Like, you're not going to go and bid for Curtis. He is Liverpool. He's the only person there that is really Liverpool, bro. And you're trying to go and get him. So there must have been some encouragement, bro. I just don't think the manager rates him like that. Like, he's not realizing. I know the manager, he's mostly thinking, right, I'm gonna get this player, that player, that player, and Curtis ain't gonna fit in. Like, if he's after Walton, then if that's true, the rumours, then where does Curtis fit in if Walton's there? Like, that's the thing. Me personally, I'm selling McAllister before Jones. You get me? Don't get me wrong. Like I always say, I still think Jones is a squad player. If we're meant to be where we're meant to be, with the players we're meant to be, top of the division, winning stuff, I think Curtis is squad. He shouldn't be first team. We should have better players. But right now, he walks into our team, bro. So until we got better team players, bro, Curtis has got to stay. And the first one out of my midfield would be McAllister. He'll be the first one.
I think that's the conversation that needs to be had more so than not. It's whether Curtis should be the main one and McAllister should be the one that holds bench. But then the manager has his favourites, doesn't he? And obviously you can see it. When McAllister wasn't fit, he tried to put him into the team. And it only took him a while to realise, put Curtis in. And then when he did, Curtis did his job. Like, I don't think I can pick a game. And maybe there is a game. That Curtis, you look at and go, that was a bad game from Curtis. And if it's one out of the many that he's played this season, it shows how important and how well he's done so far, even in the bad form that everyone else and the team's just been in general. So, yeah, I just don't see that little fight to kind of keep a player like a Curtis, man. I have so much belief in this player. And maybe it's blind belief. Maybe it comes from a place of maybe not understanding what the manager wants and how the system is. But I look at the profile of player he tried to buy. I look at what Curtis offers, and I'm like, he suits exactly what you want in the Zubimendi role. A player that can pass the ball, a player that's press proven. He's not this box-to-box, all guns blazing type midfielder, but if you need him to get forward, he can get forward as well and create and score a goal if needs be. So why don't you put him in that role? And if Adam Wharton is the guy that you're planning to do, I'm just like, oh, we're gonna probably spend 100 and something million to get an Adam Wharton. I'm sure we could utilize that 100 and something elsewhere. And
Thank you.
you know, I'm sure we could utilize that and make the squad even better than what we are. It feels like at the moment we've got a lot of riches, and I don't, as a fan, you don't have an issue with it because you're getting top players, right? But it just an assessment. We've got so much money to spend, and there's a burning a hole in our pocket, so we're just willing to just spend it. We're willing to just go whatever the price is for you, we're buying it, and we're looking at it going. But the conversation from the round table is we assess the squad, we plan a year ahead, and we look at what the team needs, blah, 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 blah. But the spending doesn't look like that. The spending looks like, yeah, we definitely needed a left back. She went and bought it. So that's not planning. Anyone could have told you that. We went and bought a right back. Anyone could have told you that because we did need a right back. So that's not a year's planning. We already knew you needed that. We needed strikers. We know that. You sold Darwin and we lost Jota. So you had to go and buy strikers. What planning shows to me, right, and future planning shows to me is getting a defensive style midfielder, getting a right winger, getting a left winger. That's what future planning to me looks like. That's what planning going, we're going to need this, you know. But we're not doing that, bro. We're doing this spending that any one of us could go, Liverpool need that, so we're going to go and get it. Not the plan of actually what we should be getting. It's just, we're going to need it. Let's go and get a right back. Let's go and get left back because those players are leaving.
We've needed a right winger before right and left back. We need
centre back as well.
Yeah.
That's what planning shows as well. Centre back. Go and get the centre back.
Now, a centre back that's ready now. You bought one, I hear it. Future proven. Yeah, we've got two centre backs that's not even past 21 years old. Bro. So I hear it. But go and bring someone there that's in between. That who's 25, 26. You get me? Get that profile of a defender. Like who's got experience. Because Van Dijk, next season he's 35 going on 36. That's what I'm saying. So there's, like you said, the future proof, like the planning, bro. Like the defensive midfielder, we've been needing that since Fabinho left. I know we got what's his name, Endo, but that's not a full-time solution. We need a proper. If you've got 100 million to spend on Wharton, bro, I'd rather you go out there, do your proper research, and go and get a proper ball winner. Because to me, Wharton's not a ball winner. He's a hybrid 6/8. Like he's a ball player. We've got everyone in our team's a ball player, bro.
Everyone.
We need a specialized, rough man up sort of guy in there that wins his tackles, wins his headers. When the chips are down, he just I'm here still. That's what we need in that team, bro. Someone that's agile and fit that can get back. If the player runs past you, he can get back and get. That's the sort of player we need. And Wharton's not that guy, bro. I've watched him. I've been watching him, and he's not. He's not as strong as everyone thinks, bro. Because everyone's going out, yeah, he wins the. Bro, he's not as strong as everyone thinks. He's not, and he loses the ball a lot, bro. What people don't understand, yeah, I know he's got the license at Crystal Palace to play whatever pass he wants. He's got the license. Yeah. He loses the ball a lot when he's passing, bro. I watch him. You ain't gonna have that luxury at Liverpool, bro. You can't be losing the ball that much at Liverpool. I hear it at Palace, you can get away with it because the onus is on you. At Liverpool, the onus won't be on you, bro. Everyone in that midfield can play football. You get me? So I don't know if he is the right fit for what we need. It's like you said, bro. It's another bit of money spending on a player that we've already got, bro. Like he's like a McAllister sort of, like Jones sort of player, bro. We've got them players already. So it wouldn't make no sense to me to go and buy someone that can play a pass. Because everyone can play a pass.
Everyone can play a pass, in my opinion. But this is where we're at the moment, Dean, with this team as well, man. It's weird space to be in, but obviously we got the game, so hopefully we can win it and see what we can do going forward, man. But yeah, it's just Curtis. I don't want to lose Curtis personally, but if we do, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. You know, if the team wants to move forward and they can get an adequate replacement, then that's where we're at the moment. But in terms of Rio, Dean, bro, one of the kid that we would love to see play some more minutes.
Liverpool
Liverpool have to pay some big change for him, though. And
well, that's big change. He's paid that already, bruv. He's paid that already. Newcastle, bruv.
It's the fact that a player left you a team and he's our player now, signed and sealed our player. They didn't want to sign a new deal. They took us to tribunal. Obviously, there must have been some tapping up going on for them to have taken us there and won to the fact of us paying 6.8 million for him. And then not only that, future sales. So if we decide to sell him, we have to pay them 20% of it. So if we decide to ever sell him one day, we have to give them 20% to a player that we're not even utilizing. And if we're going to be honest, Dean, we're going to be totally honest. Is there a future for him at Liverpool Football Club in the current state of what we're trying to do? Because we're speaking about signing a left winger, speaking about signing a right winger, two areas that he can play in, but naturally on the left-hand side. Where does he go, bro? And I know he's young, and people will say, look, got time. But every time you sign a new player, they get they get a year to settle in and they get a year to show what they're about. So that's 2 years. Plus, there's another guy that's in front of him, which is Gakpo currently, and he just signed a new long-term deal. Doesn't mean we won't sell him. It just means he's kind of secured his bag for the next 5 years. So what we saying then? Let's be nice and easy. Let's say he has to wait 4 years to get his opportunity. Is he going to wait 4 years to get his opportunity? Because if we sign a left winger,
mad.
No, but Dean, if we sign a left winger, if we sign a player, let's be honest, Dean. If we sign a left winger, and we're not going to sign an old left winger, we're going to sign someone close to his age, maybe in 20, something around those lines. That guy's going to come in and play. So where does Rio gets those mean? So we're going to pay money for a player we don't use. And yes, probably can sell him and get like 10 mil and make a profit. They'll be like, yo, great business, FSG, great business.
Sell him for 10 million.
I'm saying that's a possibility, Dean.
Mental.
So you let me know what your thoughts are on this. Because I'm just like, if we're using him, then cool, innit? If we're going to use him and utilize him, then great. But if we're not going to.
No. And just you're thinking small time here.
Go on.
See this guy here, yeah? Right. He's a Liverpool player. Forget Slot. Forget it, yeah? I reckon, bruv, like, remember, this is his first season. He's 17. Like, bruv, he's only 17. Give him time. Like, I reckon this guy, remember, talent can't hide. You can't hide talent, bro. You got to start seeing things from him. When he starts maturing, remember, he's still a kid, bro.
I hear it, Dean. I'm not arguing that. I hear that.
So at some point, yeah, no matter how much sheltering you're trying to do to this guy, because Slot might rate him and think, you know what, I don't expose him too early, and then he starts picking up little injuries and whatnot. So, bro, talent cannot hide. You'll see it in training. Players will go up to Slot and say, bro, what's going on? Why ain't this guy should be, bro, it's natural. He will get his chance. There's no way, if he is what everyone thinks he is, he will get his chance, bro. I've got no problem with it, because I think, bro, next season, even if we get someone young, bro, end of the day, we're Liverpool, bro. We got to stop thinking we can't have two top class winners. Like, they can fight it out. Like, doesn't matter if he's the same age as him, bro. Them two can fight it out. This is what top clubs do, and this is what we're forgetting, because we ain't been a top club for ages. We think that the first player's got to be way better than the second player. No, both of you can sit on a bench. Both of you can do the bench job, bro. So, yeah, bro, get someone a bit older than him, but they're going to have to fight it out, bro. This is Liverpool FC. We've got to remember that, bro. End of the day, your place shouldn't be guaranteed. You should be fighting every week for your place. And, bro, I'm like Gakpo, I hear it. He's the manager favourite right now, yeah? I hear it. But that's not going to last forever, bro. Like, you can't keep on having blind faith in Gakpo. Gakpo will do Gakpo stuff. At some point, the manager's job's going to come under threat again, and he's going to do what he has to do. He's going to have to say, you know what, Gakpo ain't bring me what I need. Youngster, save my job. Then he's going to shine. That's what's going to happen, bro.
Yeah,
the best players.
I just think you getting the opportunity, give him more opportunity to go and shine. And I hear it. Protect the player, make them develop properly. When the time is right. But it feels like with our club at times, right, the time is never right. And the only time when we've got it right is when we've thrown someone in. Trent, threw him in the deep end. You are playing. Go and show us what you're about. And he developed into the player that he's become. And he's given us some fantastic years. Obviously, he's moved on now. But it's the same thing. We've thrown these players in the deep end to go and prove whether or not they're good enough. All of this, like, oh, let's protect him and let's look after him. And I hear it, and you have to nurture the talent. And I'm not being naive to the fact of that. But how long are you gonna then nurture this talent? Are we waiting till he's 23 and then we go, it's time to? Do you know what I mean? By then, the interest might be gone. The interest of playing for Liverpool, the interest, those years of his creative bag, the years of showing what you're really about, show that talent, being able to showcase that talent across the planet and show people now, I'm a very good footballer. Then when he plays now, you're gonna look at him and go, at 23, now he's just like, I'll just pass it. I'll cut inside every 2 seconds and shoot. And then we're gonna have the same issue going, he's just a region of Gakpo. He just cuts inside. Because now you've taken out the essence of what makes him him. Do you know what I mean? The longer he's going to get minutes. And I'm not saying don't buy another player. I'm saying if you were gonna buy them, but either we give him more minutes now and let him show what he's about, or we loan him next season to someone that's going to truly give him the first team exposure and play, and let him go and do it. And with the idea of when he comes back, there is a room. And that's the reason why he left Chelsea. There was no pathway. He came here because there was a pathway. And then what now? We're paying 6.8 million, G. Big up for joining. We're paying 6.8 million with 20 million. With 20% sales on him. So if we sell him, Chelsea get 20%.
Are we looking to sell Rio? Are you looking to sell Rio?
No. Clearly they're planning something in place. So 6.8 million tribunal plus a 20% future sale. So we're paying 6.8 mil for a player, G, that we ain't even playing and don't look like we're about to play. And then if we decide to sell him, we have to give Chelsea 20% as well.
I think it's always tricky though with someone like a Rio. I agree, maybe you should play him a bit more, but he is right in the sense of the nurturing. Like it's a catch-22. Lamine Yamal, for example, could only be him because he was in a period of time where there was no one else to play there. So you can come in and now you can show what you're doing. That happens with every player. You can only really come in if there's space. Trent only came because there was an injury to Klein. Had Klein not got injured at that specific time, we weren't seeing Trent like that at all. He was never going to play. I didn't want Trent to play. Klein was hard. Like, he was a solid player. Well, I thought anyway. So why would, like, in my mind, I'm like, why would I play Trent, an unknown? And I think it's the same with Rio. Like, obviously, I understand people don't fuck with Gakpo, and I get all of that, but he does. The gaffer does. And it makes sense, really, when you think about it. You've got a seasoned Premier League winning professional, international captain. It's too much. Rio, let's be real, you ain't done nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're a talent. We can see that you're very, very talented. We can see that you've got a bit about you, but you're not really someone that we can necessarily rely on in that kind of sense. Now, it's about finding the balance, isn't it? How much do I play him? When do I throw him on? Does he play certain games? Does he start certain games? It's a bit difficult. Like, I do feel like with these kind of things, with young players, it's tricky. We look at Wanyeri. He was at Arsenal. He's gone now to Marseille. He's gone to a team that's a bit lower in level in terms of the status of the two clubs. But now he's playing at Marseille and he's able to showcase what he can do and etc. And he's still able to develop. I've always said, Rio, I don't want him here. Get him out on loan for a couple of seasons. Let him go and play some football. Because the reality is, in my opinion, Liverpool are not in a space where a Rio should be playing games like that. If Rio is playing games, we must be in a bad moment because he's not of that level yet anyway. Let him get to that level. And the only way he's going to get there is by playing games. Go out on loan. Go to a Marseille or whoever. Go to those kind of teams. Play for a season, 2 seasons. Develop, bro. That's the only way you're going to get better. Just develop so that when you come back now, you are the player of that level that we can now rely upon. Right now, I'm sorry. I know we all fucks with Rio. Thank you, honestly. Endrick is a bigger player than Rio, like way bigger because of who he is, where he's come from, etc. Donny's at freaking Lyon now, playing games because he was sitting on the bench at Real Madrid, and he's like, brother, I can't even get into this team, blah blah blah. I've got to play games, bro. And you can only really do that at a lesser. I don't want to use that word because it sounds disrespectful, but at clubs who are not as big as your clubs, essentially, right? Only do that over there. So Rio, for me, next season, boom, first thing we need to be doing, we go out on loan. And I'm not too fussed about the level. I know people are like, yeah, maybe go to nope, I don't need him in the Premier League. You don't need to do that in order for you to develop. He can go to France, he could go to Germany. It doesn't matter. He just needs to play games and understand what he is as a footballer. Right now, we give him the ball, he does this thing, he passes. If that's what you're going to be, you're not going to develop that well. I'll be honest. Like, you're just going to be a very basic player at the end of it. He needs to go and find himself. Can he go to a team and can he put the team on his back? Can he carry a team? He can't carry Liverpool. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool's too big. He can't carry that. You know what I'm saying? So can he go to a Lyon? Can he go to a RB Leipzig? Can he go to a can you go to a Frankfurt? Can you go to just anybody where you can just play your game, do your thing, and then you can develop that way. Otherwise, we're just putting two. And obviously, I get it because obviously we don't really fuck with Capo. So we're in a state where we're just so tired of seeing one thing that we just want to see something different. And he offers that. He offers us something different. And I agree. I've been saying, nah, play Rio. But if I was a manager, I'll be real. And if I was in Slot's position, but I'm not playing Rio. That don't even make sense. Like, because if anything, I'm going to kill his career because Liverpool were losing 9 in 12. So if I start playing Rio, imagine Rio played in 5 of those 9 games. Can you imagine?
Might have lost, bro.
But we may not have. Fair enough. We may not have lost. But let's just say we go with the fact that we did lose those games, and Rio plays in all of those games or 5 of those games. Now, man, are looking at Rio like, brother, you're not even doing. It's all mad. And he's only 16, 17. So it's like, for me, next season, first thing, get Rio on loan ASAP. Find that deal. Like, that's the first thing you should probably even think about doing. Get him out on loan, let him find his feet, and then go from there.
And then to kind of just touch on one of the final bit on Arne Slot as well before I move on to the next bit. He also said about at the start of the season, in terms of the midfield, there was too much space, and he said, yeah, he agrees that we didn't have enough protection at the beginning of the season. And there was too much space on the transition. But when Carragher mentioned it to you, you crashed out on him, which didn't. So wait, why? Well, how are you agreeing? How are you agreeing to this now? When we said like we need a bit of protection, especially in the transitional moments when we're the ones with the most possession, when we're playing in that opposition half. You need to have a sense of control and stability, someone giving you that protection. But the way we set up and played didn't show that. And that's why I said sometimes the gaslighting from him sometimes kills me, bro. Because I'm just like, bro, so what, you're agreeing now? Is it the comfortable space to say these things and because it's going to go over people's head? Or I just wanted to kind of mention that because I just didn't get it. I didn't
ends. What you got to realize, yeah? Imagine just as a normal person, forget this slot. If you hear someone talking rubbish about you all the time, but you know it's true,
yeah,
listening to them, you're thinking, oh, he's talking sense, but he's pissing me off now. You get me? So when you finally have to address this guy, think, nah, you're chatting rubbish. I don't care. I don't care what you got to say. I'm not interested in what you got to say. You've been chatting rubbish all season about me. Nah, I've crashed out on something I agree with now. I just want to disagree with you. Nah, he's thought about it. He thought, you know what? I was an idiot for questioning that. He was talking sense, but I just didn't like him at the time. Realization.
Okay, fair enough. Self-awareness.
Self-awareness, bro. Like he knew he was doing wrong. He just didn't want to hear it from Carragher. That's the thing. He just didn't want to hear it from Carragher.
You want to hear it from Carragher, bro.
End of the day, all season Carragher's been chatting, and then nah, I'm not hearing it from you. Someone else told me that. And anyone could tell me that, and I'm not Carragher. That's what he's
not Carragher. Virgil sat down with Gary Neville. I don't know, Dean, you said you haven't watched it yet. G, I don't know if you have. Chat, I don't know if you've all watched it. But some interesting things was kind of mentioned in there. And one of the points was made around in terms of the data and the micromanaging and set pieces and all of those things around football now, and has football changed? And Neville made a point to tell him, like, you've in terms of defensively, you've cleared the ball the most in the air, and you've also cleared the ball the most on the ground in the Premier League as a player. So he also said it to him, yeah. So as a player in the Premier League, Virgil's cleared the ball the most in the air and also on the floor. So from inside his own box. So mentioning the different styles of football, the throw-ins now, the deeper set pieces, all of these things combined as football changed. And looking at that stat, and Neville said to him, it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Because he said normally Virgil's like 12th or 11th in the Premier League when it comes to that. Because we shouldn't be facing that many. Normally when we see that, it's normally like, I don't know, another team in the league. Let's say I'm going to use Brentford for an example, or Forest. You see their defenders up there with clearances and stuff. You're like, oh, that means he's having a good season. But the caveat and the context is, oh yeah, but they are going to face a lot of these opportunities in it. They're not going to have the ball as much as they should against other teams. But when our defender is good doing that, it shows we definitely had some problems this season. It shows how serious the problem is, that Virgil was the one at the top. So that means the Brentford guys, the Brighton defenders,
West Ham,
Sunderland's, the West Ham, these men ain't even here. They're not even in the conversation.
That's mental.
I guess they've just realized what Liverpool's kryptonite is, isn't it? Like they've understood that that's something that you can use to kind of get at Liverpool. But I didn't see the thing, but I was literally just talking to my brethren about, because he's speaking about social media. That's the clip that I watched, and I heard him talking about that, and I was intrigued because I agreed with everything that he mentioned in regards to that. But in regards to this whole defensive
we're
stuff,
going to talk about the social media part. Don't worry. But
but even this, listen. Like I said, it's just kryptonite to Liverpool, isn't it? Like, and I think teams have just now. Slot has said it to us how many times about his low block, and how many long balls that we're facing every game. And I think he put up when things were getting on top for Slot, when he put up the stats, and I was like, that's so hilarious that you were able to find these stats and think, because before you never used to really find stats like that. You would tell us, we would just take your word for it. But now you're finding stats, you're going on Opta, you're reading it out to us in press conferences and that. I'm like, you made sure that you wanted to get that point across. And I think, that's just for that, like, it's good. It is good, really, because he's obviously sorting it out, but it's bad at the same time, because it's like, bruv, like, why are you at the top? Like, and I don't expect, really and truly, if I think about it, or if you think about it, I wouldn't expect West Ham, Brentford, Everton. I wouldn't even expect them to be there, because we're the ones who are going to face them most, because everyone knows that's Liverpool's kryptonite. So we're just going to keep spamming these long balls and rare tear, whereas against an Everton and all of that, maybe there's other ways that you can just defeat them. Whereas Liverpool, that is the one way, we can beat them like this. So
you play Liverpool on the ground, you lose. Play us in the air, and we're getting moved to.
Yeah,
that's the consensus of that. And then he said it's because in terms of the why Liverpool has not been at their best. And then one of the points he made was, like, Liverpool, the players have to get used to being champions. He didn't want to say too much, because then Gary tried to like push and like who, you know what I mean? Like, but he's just like, no, in general, the team, like us, we have to get used to being champions and how difficult it is to try and retain the Premier League, being the champions. And in terms of the football and stuff like that, he said transition, intensity, a bit of luck. He said at the start of the season, we had the luck. And then, after the first 5 games, then the luck was on the other side where the other teams had it. So, yeah, that was kind of crazy as well. That, and I know he didn't want to call out names, but basically we're not good at being champions and trying to retain it, from what I gathered from that conversation.
And did he say that, or are you putting 2 and 2 together?
That's what I'm here to give my opinion, G. I'm here to give you what my thought process is in, and the chat is, and you guys obviously as well. I'm just saying, when someone goes like, oh, but your brethrens are like, they're weird, innit? And you're like, No, I don't want to agree and I want to defend them, but also there is moments when there's certain things that's happening and I have to question it. Do you know that's how it felt? Like, yeah, like why you guys, and he said, we have to get used to, being able to retain and understanding we're champions and what comes with that. And it is difficult to retain the Premier League. And then I'm like, well, who? Like, because it's a senior player. You man, like, what was the guys? And it kind of felt like he was like, well, not me. No, you guys need to watch it, make your own assessment, and then come back.
It's definitely him because, bro, end of the day, yeah, Virgil's been in this position before. He won the league before. So it's definitely on you, yeah, because a lot of these other players ain't won the league. You've won the league. You've been in the Premiership and won it and haven't retained it, bro. So it's a you problem, Virg. You, Robbo, all you man, Alisson, you man have done this twice now and ain't retained. I see Man City win 4 in a row. I ain't seen you do 2 in a row. You get me? And you've had 2 opportunities to do it now, bro. So it's on him. At the end of the day, it's not about getting used to being champions, bro. It's about you getting used to being champion. It's not about the team. It's about you, Robbo, Alisson, bro. That's what we've got to remember, bro. It's directly at him, bro. That's what it was. I ain't watched it, but it feels like.
No,
Too many interviews. I'm not slotting, bro. I'm just, what I mean? It is what it is. It's about small margins as well. But yeah, go on.
No, I'm with Dean, bro. Like, you've done this before, bro. Like, bro, like with second time round, and you couldn't pattern like even just a better defense of this title after you've done it the first time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Dean just said, Man City won it 4 in a row. Look at that team, yeah. Think about how many players were probably still in the team after the first time. Then look at the second time. Then look at the third. By the time they got to the third time in a row, that team had changed, bro. It wasn't the same team that won it the first time. So how did they get to number 3? All you've done is you've kept maybe like, I think at the beginning of that 4, maybe they had Vincent Kompany. At the end of it, they had Ruben Diaz and John Stones, and bro, the thing changes all the time. It changes, so it's down to you now. Like, I'm looking at you as Dean's 100%. Like Alisson, Robbo, Salah, all you, man. I'm looking at you thinking, I can't lie, you guys have failed. You've all failed because you've not been able to. There's enough of you. I'm sorry, there's not like there's just one player. There's 4 or 5 of you in order for you to really get this group and say, you know what, we are champion. Like, what's the mentality? And this is what I said to you the other day about Liverpool. I said, Liverpool as a football club, as an institution, are not ready to take their footballing level to the elite level. Off the pitch, they are elite. They are number 1. Business. On the pitch, Liverpool are not ready to do Manchester United back-to-back. Chelsea under Mourinho. So you mean to tell me Chelsea came in with Mourinho, first season won the league, second season won the league? How can he do that in 2 seasons? That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. I expect you, if you're not going to win it, bro, this is pathetic at this point. And the first time it was pathetic. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I need you to understand that you play a massive part and you're the captain. So you need to, even you speaking to Arne Slot, you should even be talking to Arne Slot, and he might be, by the way, I don't want to, point fingers, but you need to be speaking to Slot saying, yo, after the first time we won the league, obviously, yo, it was a bit crazy. I got injured and, yo, it didn't really look too great. But we need to, this is the mentality that we need to have in order to be able to continue. You need to be taking what Manchester City did. You need to look at what Pep Guardiola did. You need to look at the Manchester United teams of old. You need to look at the Chelsea teams of old. What did they do in order for them to retain? Clearly, you've not done that because now we're fighting fucking 6 and that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's true because the first time, this is what I hate. We had excuses for the first time. We had bare injuries. We had no centre backs. This time, I was transition. There's always an excuse.
Exactly.
Bro, then take out the excuses and just work on. Right, you had all this time off. We won the league with 5 games left. You should have been focusing on we need to retain this. What's the best chance we can retain this? That's what we should have been on. That's what champions do. You get me? They think about next. We've won the league. It's done. Forget it. We're gonna go on the parades later on, but we're done. Next season, how do we retain this? What's the common trends that's happened this season? What's gonna go into next season? All that should have been done. You get me? But it's like what they say, man. We're not here to retain championships, bro. Liverpool are not built for people. they banter this about us all the time. Liverpool are not built for retaining premierships, bro. They banter about us about all the time, and we can't even say nothing back because it's true. We ain't got the mentality. We ain't built for it. It's every time we prove them right, bro. So
nah, that's two super points, man. In terms of we're not ready and we're not built, and then G saying that just us off the pitch, fantastic, ready for the elite stage. On the pitch, we're not ready for that. I think there's a broader conversation that needs to be had there. To be honest, because that I think that's where we've always kept our standards at. Like, why can't we do it?
Yeah.
Why can't we? Why can't we go? Like, and at the moment we're spending as if we want to, but then when you spend as if you want to, the pressure is even more. So even like, sometimes you'd let certain things off. You're like, it's Robertson, 8 million, give him time to adapt. It's Fabinho, unknown entity. Obviously, he's played France, he had a little stint at Real Madrid. No one even remembers that when he was at right back. You would give him time to do it. Salah, they called him the Wash Premier League guy. He's come back. Mane is like, he's just unknown. You spent so much on Virgil. So you can kind of go, there's reasons. But when you start going 100 million plus for a striker, 100 million plus for an attacking midfielder, now you're in the realms of every little detail now, guys, we're going to scrutinize. That's what you're going to get. A win is a must, and a loss, there's an issue. And that's the world that it's in at the moment. But in terms of he's saying about the players as well, some of the players need time to adapt to the Premier League and stuff like that. So you've got not only the team not ready to show their champions, but also players needing time to adapt. And like what Dean said earlier, you said it best, bro. It's just feels like we're just making excuses, bro, at times. And it's hard because adapting to a new league for a player, adapting to a new team, there's understandings that you need to do. We've played football, so you know that's true. It's a part of the game. But at the top level, with all that money circulating, there is no room for that. There's rooms for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month or two. But now we're going into 6-7 months. You're like, we need a whole season to adapt, guys? Is that what we're saying? When is the cutoff period of when we can go, oh no, there's an expectation? When is that cutoff period? When is it next season? Is it 6 months into that? They still need time to adapt. And what was the word G had an issue with at the start of the season? What was the word?
Click.
When they click. So when they click, we have to.
I hate that. I hate that word.
Dean, you know what was mad, yeah? When people used to, obviously, when Enz and Thing were mentioning it at the beginning of the season,
yeah,
I felt okay when I didn't understand it. And then the other day, just randomly, I see someone talking about Sunderland. Like Sunderland signed like their players, like 30 players. And then someone said, yeah, you know what? It's easier for Sunderland to integrate 13 new players. I was like, hold on a minute. So you think 13 strangers in one team? That's like me. That's like, yeah, us, man, going to Power League, goals, wherever you go to, and kicking ball with random people that you don't know. And you guys just click instantly. You feel like that should just be easy. Like you should just be able to go to a Power League session and just click. What? Yeah. Bro, I don't know no one. I don't know none of these people.
Don't know the names.
These times, Liverpool have already got bare men who are still in the team. We've still got Salah, you still got Virgil, you still got Ali, you still got Robbo, you still got Maman. That you've got players in the team who have been here for time. Curtis Jones, McAllister,
Graven.
They're players in the team. All you added is Floyd Gakpo. You still got. All you did is you added 2 fullbacks, let's say 2 strikers, but one is obviously playing, and Florian Wirtz. So in a team of 11, you've added 4 players. So the majority is in the favor of the players who are still here, right? Bro, I don't want to hear none of that about, the team needs click. Brother, I should see, and I think people need to understand what, obviously I can't speak for Enz, I can't speak for Dean or anybody else. What I mean by when I need a team to click, I'm not asking you to play Barcelona 2009 football straight from the off. What we're asking for, can I see a plan? Can I just see what you're trying to do at least? Because at least if I can see what you're trying to do, then you can say to me, nah, but G, when this clicks, oh, then I can understand what you're talking about. You get it? But when you're telling man, yeah, after the first 5 games, Liverpool playing shit, and everyone's saying, yeah, it's because we need to click. But these times we've been playing shit since January anyway. But okay, we'll
Which man you agree?
Then you lose 9 in the next 12 games. Then it's still about, yeah, but we need Florian Wirtz to adapt. And I said, no. we passed that now. Him adapting or not adapting is irrelevant because we know how good he actually is. It's not about him adapting. The team is just shit and it's poorly set up. So now we've passed that stage because we don't even now, man can't even really sit here and tell me what's Liverpool's plan. What? Because I thought Salah comes back from AFCON. You ain't playing, brother. Like, I'm not trying to see you play. I want to see Ekatike. I want to see Florian Wirtz. Brother, Salah just started the last 2 games. So now I'm like, okay, so what was the point in him arguing with you?
I told you, toys at the Prem, and now we're all friends again. Now we play.
And now we're all friends again. So now I'm like, so are we going to go back to playing with Salah as the wide man? F that. I'm not trying to see that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we was good with it. Like, not good, but we was at least somewhat better without seeing that. So why not just keep to that? But you've gone back to, yeah, Salah, you should be the wide man running into shins. Gakpo, you can just keep cutting in and shooting until the wheels fall off. I'm like, what? Like, bro, it's mad. It's mad.
Yeah. Nah, this is where we're at the moment. And then obviously spoke about Virgil getting older and obviously signing, Jeremy Jacquet into the team in the future. What does that look like? I don't know, man. Virgil's got a year left after the end of this season. Maybe he stays on. Maybe we offer him a new deal. Potentially, I think we'll offer him a new deal. He said he feels good, so I guess so. And then Jeremy coming in at the end of the season, which will help the squad in the new season, not currently, which is what we needed. But who am I to voice my opinions? And then obviously to talk about the social media aspect of football. And I think I thoroughly enjoyed this part as well, G. So, Dean, I know you said you haven't seen it yet. G said he's seen the clips circulating around it. But he is worried. Virgil said he's very worried about the next generation of players coming through and in terms of the way that social media can affect the players. And he says he sees it and he's seeing it affect players from a negative aspect. Because he said when you're a young player and players in this day and age, you want to go and check, especially when you've had a good game. You want to go and see what people are writing about you and what they're saying about you as a footballer. But then also, in turn, when you have a bad game, you can't escape from it. And he said it's down to the top ex-pros to an extent to defend the next generation, and even if they're at the big companies and stuff. And he mentioned being clickbait. He said sometimes he's seeing out there some of these guys are doing all these clickbait stuff. You know what I mean? Which he said it's only going to get worse from this point in. And he doesn't know how the next generation of players are going to be able to handle it. And he said he doesn't bother him, but he can see that it will affect the other players. So hearing him say that and in terms of where you guys' heads are at as well, what you make of it, I 100% agree. I don't think the players are built like they used to be built. I think a lot of these players now are very dependent on what people say about them and how they act. And that goes through just generally now in the world we live in. A lot of people really hyper focus on what other people's opinions are about them instead of just owning what you are. And if you're this person, just go, do you know what? Bad day today. Tomorrow I'll strive to be better. These players are not built like that. I'm not saying every one of them, but generally, based on what I've seen people say as well, the personal attacks, some of the stuff like Gakpo right now, if he reads or looks at half of what the fan base has been saying about him, yeah, he might crash out and say some stuff online as well. If I was him, I would have. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, what? Shut up. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm definitely replying to someone. Someone's getting Zach.
Yeah, I would reply. I would like the.
I know you wouldn't. I know you would.
You
can't help yourself.
And then you know when I score in the next game, I'll troll as well. I'll write the name just because it's banter. It's banter, innit? Yeah. And it'll help that person as well. It'll help that I've acknowledged them. They know, and I've shouted them out. So people will be like, "Yo, bro, who's my man?" And then he might go, Enz ain't too bad, is he, man? He actually got.
That's not what you're doing it for. That's not what you're doing it for. You're doing it, then don't try it. We know what you're like. You're getting him back. You're getting him back If he gets publicity out of it, that's secondary.
That's perfect. We both win. I get to show. I get to.
You don't care if you don't care if he gets publicity. You don't care. You want to get him back. You want to know. You want him to know. Yeah, what's we saying, bro? That's what you want to do. but ends on that point. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
because you know, forget football. This is in real life, bro. Like when you hear,
Dean was about to say stuff,
bro. In real life, bro. Even if you listen to Gerard now, when they played football in the streets, they've done this. They were outside all the time playing football, in the local park, in the cages. It was football on the roads. Like, that's how you get picked up. Nah, bro, guys are playing FIFA and learning new skills, and bro, everything's indoors now. Everything's sheltered. There's nothing they're doing, bro. The first thing they do when they get home, social media. Social media, bro. Social media. It's not just football, it's just real world, bro. Like, I'm happy. See, my youngest, I'm happy he's indoors playing computer. My oldest was outside playing football, doing all sorts. Youngest, indoors, computer games, social media, all that stuff. It's just it's the way of the world, bro. Like, and obviously they built differently. Back in the day, you can have a full-blown swing, have a fight in the changing room, shake hands, go and play football. Nah. You have a fight. This one's suing that one. This one's gone to social media. It's mental, bro. You can't say certain things, bro. The things that were said in the changing room cannot be said in this day and age. It couldn't be said. Guys will be having meltdowns. You get me? So this is where we've moved to, bro. We've moved to a whole different soft era. You get me? Football used to be the last place that was soft. You can actually say what you want to anyone in football. You can say it to your brethren, you know, after the game, all right, we calm down now. You say anything to your brethren at football. That's road rage and football are the two places you go mad. You go madder. You get me? But now, can't even do it no more, bro. It's mad. It's mad.
I would advise you guys, if you don't have road rages, guys.
No, not now, bro. I'm talking
about. No, I'm saying in general, Dean. Like, I've seen people crash out when it's even their own fault.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I have seen, my missus is probably going to kill me for this, but I've seen her, like, there's times when I've been in the passenger seat, I'm going around the roundabout, I'm like, it's set up in a way where I know people are going to do some dumb stuff. They're going to do dumb stuff on this roundabout. If you guys know Hanger Lane's one, it is full of dumb stuff.
Yeah, Hanger Lane,
You know Hanger Lane roundabout, it's full of dumb stuff. And the way, it's not a proper circle, it's this weird square, rectangle, triangle. It's mad. And if you've never been around it, you don't know. There's certain lanes you take and you can exit calm. But there's people that's going, I need to go all the way around, but I'm in the middle lane, so surely it should take me all the way around, right? Yeah, no, it should, but it doesn't on this one. I'm sorry, it's not going to. So I've seen her like, I'm like, babe, just ease back, because I can see this person gonna do a madness. Nah, I want to do the whole, I'm right, you're wrong, let me get close. I'm like, but you're going to get yourself mad. At this point, it's your you issue, but you're going to be like, so just ease back, let him do the madness, and we just go along our merry way. And
we both do the madness. No.
Now we're both. Now I'm sitting there going, so now if anything kicks off, now I'm in the wrong. Now I'm the bad guy now. Because now I'm going to have to say stuff and do stuff, and I'm like, but it's your fault. This is you. This is you.
You gotta be wrong and strong, bro. You just gotta be wrong. You have to
be. See what I'm saying, bro?
I can't even come out the car and get mad and go, oh, don't. It's her fault. Don't. But I have to get mad.
Yeah, for real. Hey, sometimes I wish I could do that. Sometimes I wish I could just, brother. I know. I'm in your position. Just please, let's just
argue. Let's just argue. Just to show, like, oh, I was just defending.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, man, them should do that for real though. Man, them should just bro.
Yeah, they should. The
missus is driving. You know what I'm saying? It's just save face, have a little argument, go back in there and kiss them on the cheek, and we move on.
Yeah, simple. And it's like, oh babe, love how you handled that as well. It was his fault. Yeah, it was I had to tell him still. Like, if he knew who I was. Like, I didn't do none of that, bro. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Everyone's a winner. Everyone's a winner.
So no one feels like, she thinks I defended the cause. me and him are cool. There's no craziness on the roundabout now. And we go along our way and we have a story to tell whoever we decide to tell on the day. You know what? Me and this guy nearly had it, but we was bantering still. Like,
Yeah, bro. Get me.
but yeah,
You know-
yeah, go on, G.
You know, like this whole social media thing. Obviously, it's interesting. Like even Dean just saying there, but obviously, like his eldest and obviously now the youngest, like the differences between the two. So I always like listening to like parents, especially dads, when you guys talk about that in terms of when you've got kids at like different stages or different ages, should I say? Sorry. So seeing what that kind of looks like. And one thing my bedroom was saying just now, he was like, he feels that you're right in terms of it's going to get worse. But on the flip side, because this is all they know,
Yeah.
they'll almost just be accustomed to it. So they'll be able, it'll be like they're gonna be almost just numb to that in itself. So it will be normal now if we go on social media, man's cussing. No one even use like a Gakpo. Let's say Rio, because he's so young, or Max Dowman, or Wanyeri, whatever. Those guys, when they get to 25 or whatever, remember they've grown up in this era. This is their era. So really, with all the effing and blinding and stuff, and the cussing and some of the disrespect that you probably see on social media, I feel like they'll just end up getting to a place where they will be the ones to start saying, you know what, I'm not even going to come out after games and speak. I'm not going to say anything. And I think what's going to happen is there'll be a disconnect between players and fans soon. So where now, players will try and kind of adhere to fans, what you're now going to get is it's going to literally be a consumer versus a customer kind of product now, where it's literally fans come to a game, they watch their players, they go home. There's no clapping to the fans, saying no. It's going to be come, watch the game, bounce. That's it. And players are going to be more into, yep, I'm just going to come, play the game, and then think, big up D. Players are just going to come, play the match, and then that's it. They're not going to have that relationship, so to speak. And I was like, that's actually, I feel like that, that it will get worse. You're 100% right. But I think it's going to get worse in that aspect as well, because they're just going to think, bro, why am I, like, I don't need to come on social media to hear all of this. Like, that's all long. So how about I just now disconnect from the fans? Because it's easier that way. Ultimately, you're still going to go to the games. You're still here. You're still going to cheer the team on and blah, blah, blah. Whether they give it back to you is irrelevant now. They're just going to see it as, bro, it's just a consumer product. We've seen it already. And obviously, you said this before, this is like a broader conversation, but it's even bigger than Gerard Piqué, for example. If anyone knows, he's trying to set up his own league. Do you get what I'm saying? Where the games are shorter and all of that, like football. And he used, he did a trial thing where he showed that he got the streamers to stream the game. So he done it for free. So they just stream it out to all of their platforms, Twitch, and they show the game for free to everybody. Now imagine, I don't know, Speed, Mr. Beast, and all these other guys. Just imagine they all use their platform to show games. These guys have got millions of subs. They're making bread. So now the game isn't even going to be about, we're going to do it. I don't care about the fans. Bro, you're still going to, like, if they said no one can come to stadiums, but we'll still watch the games on TV. You know what I'm saying? We'll still find a dodgy network or dodgy website to kind of watch these games. So people are still going to do that. And I think players will just end up saying, yeah, that's calm. Like, I don't want to deal with the fans anyway, because 1 minute I get cussed. For example, Bukayo Saka can get cussed left, right, and center playing for Arsenal or by rival fans, by his own fans. Come to England now, man, love him. Oh, yo, we need him to. What do you mean? 1 minute you was cussing me last week. Now I'm playing for England. You want to be no. How about I don't even want to deal with you anymore. I'm just going to deal with the football, and then I'm going to go home. So we got to be careful what we're wishing for with some of the way that we can, some of the way that we speak about footballers and stuff like that. Because soon, listen, man, your favorite players are just going to be like, bro, we're not even chatting to you. Soon it's going to be a subscription to even follow them.
Yeah, to follow them. I was thinking that. Hold on, let me change it. I was thinking that, G, that I think it's gonna be like this subscription thing going forward, like, or it's just gonna be on private, and you can't tag them, you can't there's certain things, and they just won't see it on the algorithm, bro. It'll just be like, nah, it's mad, and I'm just like, rah. If that happens, the disconnect, and what you're saying is it goes to just consumers. We're just going to the game, watching it. and then whatever the result, we can go home, we'll talk about it. But there's no conversation between us and players. They're not going to be doing interviews, just the managers doing their normal interview, post-match, pre-match and stuff like that. And that's all you're going to get. They're not going to do anything else. Just the managers have to just be the ones that go out, or a spokesperson. They'll be like, we'll just get a spokesperson to come out and speak. And you're like, how boring would that be? And it's not every fan, innit? There's millions and millions, billions of fans out there, I should say. And it's only a small percentage that's probably going and giving him mad abuse. Like, I'm talking about mad abuse. And he spoke about Arne Slot as well in terms of criticism he's held this season. And he said, look, he didn't mention Arne Slot's name after when Gary asked him it, but he said, look, we deserve the criticism that we're getting, especially based on the way that we've been playing this season and some of the results and stuff like that. But he said it's just the disrespect part. So I'm thinking, what part is disrespectful? So I remember him saying the question that was asked in the press conference around Xabi Alonso and him coming in over Arne Slot. He said that was disrespectful. Not in this particular interview, but one before, in terms of you shouldn't ask that question. And I think most people said the same thing in terms of that was disrespectful. But other criticism, I don't see every comment around him. I don't see everything. I just see the jokes people make and the different names they call him and stuff like that. But I don't see like the mad. But it depends, innit? Maybe he'll take it disrespectful. Like, I'm just looking at it's not me they're saying it to, so I wouldn't know if that's going to seem disrespectful to him. I just see like, these lot are just getting onto me because of my bad results. But that's just the way I look at things. But I don't see everything. There might be some mad personal stuff people are saying about him.
Yeah, no, yeah, true, yeah. Because in my mind, I'm also thinking, I don't feel like nothing's really been disrespectful. I think he's trying to allude. Yeah, obviously, okay, yeah, fair enough. Lewis is obviously saying about them. Yeah, fair. That's obviously steps too far, right? But I think it's more just the fact that because I do remember him mentioning about like ex top players, but like pundits now. So I know he's talking about Wayne Rooney's, the Gary Neville's, Jamie Carragher's, all these guys in the media, right? So I feel like he's looking at it thinking, you guys have maybe gone, because he used the word clickbait, you guys have started to paint narratives. Yeah. And obviously fans go with narratives, right? We see something on Sky Sports, we're like, hold on, like, it's a good talking point, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like he's maybe alluding more to that in terms of, yeah, because you start painting this narrative about, I don't know, we are not good or whatever kind of thing. Now fans buy into it. And obviously fans, remember, we go extra because we can. We're not in the media, so we can go an extra mile. So where you might say, oh, Liverpool kind of weak defensively and blah, blah, blah. Fans will be like, bro, we're shit defensively. We're rubbish.
Yeah, but that's not. Extra. Yeah, that's not. But that I don't look at that going. If you like, shit today, and if you use those words, yes, obviously people look at it as a bad word and to use and whatever. But I don't look at that as going to the next level. I think going to the next level is like, oh, I want this guy at my club, and if he's not left my club by so and so, then I want this to happen to him. I think that's a step too far. I think that's the step too far. But yeah, I was just saying, that was just a shit performance. I don't agree. I think the players didn't look like they were on it. I think this guy played shit. That player played blah, blah, blah. I don't think that. I think it's just if you start wishing bad things on players.
Yeah, that's mad, though.
That's when I'm like, all right, calm down, bro.
It's never that deep. Like, I never, like, the thing is, I get fans. Like, I do get, because there's some fans out there that I know, like, you probably know as well, like, some of the old, like, some of like the older lot, like people like in their 40s, 50s and stuff like that. Like, I know some of the QPR hooligans and stuff like that. Like, I know they're on.
Yeah, I know a few of them. Yeah, I know a few of these.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're on a next thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different level of fan that I would never be. But that's just how they grew up, and fair enough to them, right? But yeah, some people, like, if you're gonna like threaten man's family, like, bro, it's not that deep, bro. Like, as in, really? Like, you want him to die because he missed an open, like, I wouldn't even wish that on like someone I actually hated, like, in general. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let alone to then wish it on a footballer who's just not doing his job at that specific time. Now, that's crazy to me. That is mad. That's mad.
And I think it's, and Savin mentioned it before, it's when your identity is the game itself, football itself, this is what happens. When you don't have an identity outside of football, then everything that happens, you take it personally instead of just like, no, it's not personal. I don't think the players miss opportunities and they're going, I'm missing because ends, and I know this will make ends mad. No, I don't think they're missing that. They're not doing that. But then I can give my opinion and go, nah, that wasn't good enough. And we need to be better. Like, I can still give that opinion. And Virgil did allude to it. He said, no. Criticism should still be in the game and it's deserved. But it's just when you go over the board, innit?
Which is true. No, they should keep it. I think that makes every sport in the world, like, if you watch any other sport, rugby, cricket, bruv, the way, I don't even watch cricket, the way they talk about England sometimes is crazy. And I'm like, are England good or bad? Like, at this point, I don't even know.
Yeah, man, they cook England, man.
They cook them all the time. And I'm just like, see, it's every sport needs to have the good and bad. You can't just keep it, because it's all subjective, innit? Like, we all think, some people think this player is good, some people think this player is bad. So immediately we're at a disagreement. So we need to then, have that space to be able to talk. So keep the criticism, but guys, come on, man. Like, I do think people are too tied to football. Hence why I say to people, like, I know I used to, like, obviously we're joking about it, but that's why I said, yeah, bro, maybe step away from the game for a sec. Like, just a couple of games, just maybe a couple of weekends. You don't, and I'm saying that more for some of you for your mental health, because I'm just like, you can't, we're not kids anymore. For some of us anyway, I know some of you are, but we're not kids anymore, where my weekend was determined by the result of Liverpool. You go to your matches on the Saturdays or Sundays whenever you used to play, and you're vexed because everyone else has won, because they support Arsenal, Manchester United. These times you support Liverpool, you just lost. You're vexed about it. Nah, man, like, we're too grown for that. Like, I don't think like it should be ever that kind of deep. You get me? Maybe in the moment, fair enough.
When you're younger as well, we actually used to go out and play football after these games, before these games. So you can never escape from the banter you're about, especially if your team didn't win, because 9 times out of 10 when you're younger, you're gonna have the jersey on anyway, and we're gonna go and kick ball in the cage. If you got the access to the 4G, or you go into a park and we throw some bags down and some jackets and make goals, whatever, in it. But now, if I don't want to be a part of the conversation, I just don't have to answer my phone or engage in a group chat. I don't have to if I don't want to engage. So I can take myself out of that. But as a kid, you couldn't escape it. I know for a fact these men are going to knock for me in a minute and we're going cage to play ball. And then someone's going to have their Arsenal top on. Someone's going to have the United top, and they're going to be gassed that they won.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be like, yeah, I ain't even wearing. I'm just gonna wear this night top because I ain't putting.
Literally, I'm just gonna wear the night top.
I'm not wearing it. But in terms of, I want to do 2 more topics and then we'll go. But short term and long term, don't even have to spend time on this one. Short term and long term for this team, man, and the thinking behind it, because it sounds like Liverpool are thinking long term, short term, and mid term. From what I'm hearing the manager say, we signed Jeremy for the long term. Most of the players we signed in the summer is for long term, but I don't know if we for the midterm. I don't know if we've signed players for like the midterm stuff, like in terms of the players that are already established, and we don't have to worry about them coming in and worry about this. I got to get used to my team and adapt and get used to what we're about. I feel like we ain't done that job yet, but we've definitely signed players for the next 3, 4, 5 years. But once it clicks, I'll use that word, G. Then we're going to be a really good team going forward. And it looks like the manager is going to be the guy that leads this, unless something dramatically happens from now until the end of the season. From the roundtable conversation to now, it looks like these guys are in this for the long haul,
No, they do. They do. I ended up watching it yesterday, properly, like the full thing. So yeah, anyone who thinks he's leaving, he ain't leaving for shit. Like, in fact, I even think that Savage might even have been right this whole time, because Savage kept saying, bro, he's going to get a new deal. And I remember he was saying that during when we was playing shit. And I thought, nah, man, you're just chatting shit, man. Like, that's not going to, bro. He might even get a new deal. So be careful with that. But I agree with you, though. I look at Liverpool and I just think to myself that, yeah, you're right. You've missed. What Liverpool used to do is buy guys who were like just before they were ready to hit a next step, they would go. Now you've almost skipped that middle step. You've done before and after. So Isak being someone who's like for now kind of thing, obviously future, but really he's the player for now. And then you started to do before, but you haven't sorted out that middle bit. And I feel like that's where Liverpool are going a bit wrong, because look, Leone, Jacquet. Let's just say they become top defenders in the future, right?
Yeah.
The problem you're going to have for the next, I mean, they're centre backs. I mean, Jerry will be the best one to answer this, but I'm going to say, as a centre back, I'm not really looking at you until like the age of like 25 onwards, because that's when I feel like you've actually become quite experienced. You understand the game. You know, you just understand how things kind of work and how the game's kind of going. So you're talking about 20-year-old and Leone's like 19, 18 or whatever it is. Really? Like that? I mean, unless they come in and they literally are just boss from the beginning, I can't see how that works out to be a good thing for Liverpool right now. So you do need to go in that area, for example, sort that position out. I would even say midfield, if you're just talking ages, they probably got the age thing kind of right with midfield in terms of they've got a kind of a good
Yeah, they've got. Yeah, I think we got balance of right
Yeah.
age in there.
Yeah, you got the attack. I mean, it's only really the right wing where I'm like, yeah, you definitely need to. It doesn't even matter what age you get at this point, just get someone else to kind of come in. So, yeah, I think I'm just looking at it and I'm just like, I just don't think Liverpool are ready to go to that. We want to be a club that is notorious for winning again. I think people need to understand Liverpool are like two chapters, or they're two different books. You've got Liverpool pre-1990, and then you've got Liverpool post-1990. Pre-1990, I know everybody pops and all them, they'll tell us about, yeah, like Liverpool were the team, and yeah, they were the team. Post-1990, that's not the team. And I'm sorry to say, maybe now off the pitch, Liverpool are, like I say, I still think they're an elite team. But on the pitch, we can't say that Liverpool are a massive club. You've only won 2 titles in 30 odd years. You've got 2 Champions Leagues, so I'll give you that, because not many people have that anyway. But that's about it. So then I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, when are you going to try and take that step to, like, I don't know, man, like, do you want to dominate? I don't know, like, it's difficult because I'm not a businessman, so I don't really know the financials, but I just think, I look at you and I think you can easily, not easily, but you can dominate in the football world. You're buying Vert, you're buying Issa, you're buying Ekatike, you're buying all these kind of players. Great. But are you really trying to cement the team? Or are you trying to look at it from a point of view of, if we win, great. But if we don't, that's probably where we're kind of looking at it thinking, yeah, now if we don't win, it's not really a massive deal kind of thing. As long as we pick up if we can just remain competitive. But that's not really what a fan wants to see. Do you get what I'm saying? We want to see, Liverpool going back to back. Liverpool have not retained any trophy since I've been alive. Not one. And I'm talking, forget the Premier League, forget the Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup. We've never, ever retained a trophy since we've been alive. That for me is shocking to hear for someone who supports a club that pre-1990 was winning Premier Leagues left, right, and center, and European Cups, and they were the best team in the land. To then hear that you can't do that, that's where I kind of struggle a little bit with Liverpool. So yeah, they need to just pattern up. They just need to pattern up with the kind of players and sign someone or sign players, and maybe they do that this summer. Maybe they do that.
And that's the thing, from sounds of it, it looks like they've got a lot more work to be done. And yeah, we'd spent a lot of money, but it felt like the squad didn't get any better than what it was. Even though the players we got are really good players, it just didn't feel like the squad overall got better. Because I felt like we shipped out too many of the components that would have helped us. The Trents, obviously, you wanted to leave, nothing you can kind of do about that. But I'm sure if you kind of gone, yeah, listen, we'll make you the highest paid player, bro, and we secure that asset there. The Diaz one, yes, a lot of people say, nah, but he wanted to leave. We know for a fact he didn't want to leave. But if he weren't getting offered what he wanted, what he needed, then it was always going to look at the different options that was available. And one of them was Bayern Munich. And he thought, why not? They're willing to give me a lot more money and I can go and show my skill sets. So I think those two in particular, those 2 pieces, I think we massively missed. And some will say it's hindsight ends. Obviously, you don't know. Maybe if they would stayed, would probably still be in the same predicament. But I just look at what we've bought and what they could offer. And what we have in the squad, the Florian Wirtz, the Isaks, the Ekatike's, Trent's passes would have been cooking for these guys. Diaz relentless pressing and running. And the idea of he can draw 2-3 players and have the ability to go by them. Conversation around the decision making and whatever and goals, you guys can kind of have that and debate amongst yourself. but that would have helped, and that would have freed up space for Isak, Ekatike, Florian Wirtz, because of that tight stylistic player. And then, you know, when we're having the issue with Cody not doing what he needs to do, you could have swapped them in and out, which we did really well in the title winning season before. So we had that, man. And then even with the Bradley situation, obviously, you know, I respect him and I rate him, but it doesn't look like he's going to be the guy because of the injuries, and whether that's his own fault, whether that's just the luck of the draw he has. Having Trent that was an evergreen and then putting in Frimpong would have offered you such a unique balance to that side. Do you know what I mean? So whenever a team brought on a pacey winger, don't worry, we got Frimpong for that problem. You know what I mean? And going forward as well, you can go the opposite way. But this is the kind of predicament we're in. So you look at the sum and you go, left winger potentially, right winger potentially, another midfielder in there, a centre back, another one in there. You potentially might need a left back depending on Robbo and Tsimikas. Are they going to stay or they go in? And then that leaves only Kirkes. And then you've got your right back situation as well, where both of them seem to can't stay fit. So I'm talking 6 players here we potentially might need. And that's not doesn't count who wants to leave. Maybe a Jones leaves, maybe a McAllister want to leave. You don't know where players' heads are going to be at come the end of the season. If they want to be here, does Salah stay next season? Does he think it's the right time to move on? Do you know what I mean? So you might need not just one right winger, you might need 2 now,
which is a lot.
So you know the money that we're thinking to go and spend now is going to be ridiculous again. And even though we spent so much, it feels like we got so much to do. And it's solely just built on not looking after what you currently have and waiting for the last minute to fix the issues. And listening to them speak about the FSG way and the way we plan these transfers, I'm like, yeah, it's great. But over the last few years, it doesn't feel like you've done that. I think we had a good balance in terms of when we had everyone in the squad, you know, God rest his soul, Jota was here, even Nunes was like, it just felt like Diaz was here, Trent was here. It felt like even though there's players running out their contract, like Virgil and Salah and Trent, it felt like we had a squad. It felt like players could come in and do a job. Fast forward and you go, well, we have replaced the players. In some positions, some people would say we've definitely increased the ability in that position and got better. But as a squad, we've got worse. Because you look at the bench, you're like the other day when you said to you, like, who we bringing off the bench to come in? I think it was like Rio, Trey, Ramsey. Like there was just mad, like Endo, Chiesa, and you're like, the only one he can bring up really is Chiesa, but he doesn't even like him. So you look at the bench and go, yeah.
It's mad. And listen, man, this is why I look at Arsenal and I say, you might not agree that they might have a pound for pound better player if everyone was actually performing to their levels, right? You might not look at their team and say, nah, you might pick some Liverpool players, and that's calm. What they do have is that their level doesn't drop. So whatever their level is right now, it doesn't drop when Hincapié plays. It doesn't drop when Ben White comes in. It doesn't drop when Timber comes back into play. It doesn't drop when Havertz is playing instead of Gyökeres. It doesn't drop when Martinelli and Trossard are swapping. It doesn't drop when Saka and Madueke plays. It doesn't drop. So that level, as long as the team gets to a certain level, now you can just keep rotating. And this is what I kept saying about Man City. Man City never really increased their level. All they were able to do is stick to that level that was really good. And then you just bring players in who can just replace. Liverpool always, I don't know why, but it's like, your team is at this level, which is the same level as Arsenal, same level as Manchester City. But then your backup players are like same level as Tottenham and Manchester United. And it's like, well, yeah, obviously you're going to notice a difference if this guy comes in, because it's like they're not even at that level. But those two teams, what they've been able to do is I can rotate. That's why Manchester City, you're seeing them now, don't look as great, because they've got players who are of Haaland level and maybe Shirky kind of level, but then you're like, oh, Rico Lewis, oh, the other left back, O'Reilly. Like it's like, oh, they're good, they're okay, but that's of a lower level.
Yeah, it's a different level, isn't it? Yeah,
it's completely different. So when they come in now, Nico Gonzalez, it's like, yeah, he's all right. Like he's calm, but he's not of the level of, I don't know, Reinders or whoever else plays in that team. So that's why they look like they do, because they've not got the same. All right, Rodri, Fernandinho, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, you know what I mean? Like Julian Alvarez or Haaland, whoever you want to pick, it doesn't matter. 2 elite players. We've not reached that level. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves with Liverpool, even now in the summer. Hence why I wasn't so gassed on the whole Wirtz kind of deal. As much as I think Wirtz is a good player, I'm still like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's good. But if you don't really have someone who can, if Wirtz gets injured or, as we saw, wasn't really performing, who comes in? Now we're going back to Szoboszlai, who people didn't even want to see play in that position, which was already like, it just doesn't really make sense. And that's what Liverpool needs to be doing. I know everyone laughs at Arsenal for signing all these centre backs. I promise you, they have no problem in defence now. None whatsoever. That defence stays the same. It rotates the same. They're all at the same level. Yes, Gabriel, Saliba are obviously a bit higher, but it's not so dramatic where it makes much of a difference.
Yeah, they can come in and win a game without worrying that it's going to be crazy.
Exactly. Whereas we're like, whew, let's say even before the injuries and at the beginning of the season, you still had Van Dijk, Konate, you had Gomez, obviously Leone was still fit, right? So you only really had the 4 anyway. Well, because we knew what Gomez was like, we were a bit worried about that because of his injury record. Leone, we don't even know what he was about. So that you're still like, the level's a bit kind of low. All right, fair enough. Bradley, Frimpong. Bradley, Frimpong probably a bit, they're probably close-ish in terms of abilities of what they can do.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I don't think they're massively far off.
No.
Kirkes at the beginning of the season seemed like he was a complete level 2 away from Robbo for some weird reason. Now he's probably closed the kind of gap. But again, it's not, I want like for like. I want to be able to say, oh, I don't really care who's playing. Like, oh, he's playing. All right, cool. Then it comes down to preference. Now you're just saying, no, but I want Kirkes to play today because maybe we're coming up against someone who's relatively quick. Okay, that's calm. But you know what? The backup left back, I want to still be able to say, no, he can play today.
Yeah, today because he offers this skill set.
I agree, bro. Those ends, man. It's just annoying sometimes when I look at Liverpool. I'm just like, bro, you're so frustrating as a football club. Like, you don't want to do anything right. It has to be done in your own way, and your way isn't getting the results I want to see.
And that's why I said there's a difference between what we think and what they think, and it will always be that way. I'm not saying we need to align 100%, but there should be somewhere where you go, I can see why you're doing it this way. Like, for an example, signing Jeremy Jacquet, you're like, I understand why you signed him because I know he's a good defender and there's a ceiling there where he can become one of the best. Cool, no problem. But then where I don't get it is, but we need a defender now. So why didn't we just sign a defender now? And I think that's where fans are like, this is kind of crazy with our team at the moment. But big up to Barath as well for the super chat. It says, Mandem, I expect a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Win and the pressure ease on Slot and Hughes, lose and the floodgates open. Their teams have been coming from all over the country and touching us up at home. Need to be roadmen again. Yeah, and no one respects us at the moment. The long ball. So Virgil's out here clearing not only the most on the ground, but in the air. So no one cares about our team, man. He also says, man, funny thing is if Curtis was on another team, me and G's had this conversation a few times as well. If Curtis was on another team, Liverpool were interested in him. They would pay a decent money for him to in terms of transfer value and wages. 100% agree. Because if Jones was Adam Wharton, Liverpool would spend 100 mil on him. If he was in another team and playing week in, week out, not only dictating tempo, being able to be press resistant, press brute, like adding the goals here or there, passing the ball, and just dictating the tempo of the game, I guarantee you we would be coming in with big P's for him.
No, I've said that, we would, and I've always said if he was playing at Manchester City, I think you would notice him a lot more because of their style of play and the way that obviously Pep Guardiola plays football. But this is where I struggle with Jones because I'm like, I just think that Liverpool is actually not a right fit for you. Like, I just think stylistically, in any Klopp now Slot, I just think that for some reason you just don't fit
Doesn't.
Liverpool. Yeah, I don't know what it
He,
is.
if he
Even under
would,
Slot, where the football is a bit more possession based, you still don't really
he doesn't
fit.
get given. He doesn't get given a role specifically through his skill set. And I said the only time I've seen it is when he went away for England. And was it Tuchel the manager at the time, or was it someone else covering until he came in? But the 2 games he played for England, and he put him in the anchor role, and I was like, I can see this at a Barcelona, I can see this at a Bayern, I can see this at a PSG. I can see this at a Man City. I can just see him going in there and going, and everyone just going, oh my God, what a player. But for us, we're just like, I hear you have this skill set and I get it. And I know if we make you play in this way, you're going to shine. But here, what? We ain't for that right now. We're going to play this way and I need you to do this.
Yeah. It's just weird. Like,
and it's like,
why do you do, like, we don't ever, Liverpool never just buy players to play one role. Like, it's always got to be, this guy can play attacking midfielder, central midfielder, defensive. I'm like, I bet you just give him one job to do and just leave it at that.
Because if week in, week out, the game situational, Milner was right wing one game, then right back the next. Milner was centre midfield 1 minute, then left back the next. And you're like, yeah, I get it, but like, why do I need him? Why have we not got another left back, bro? Why is there not where he can? Bro. If he's had a good game, can he not come off and rest his legs for the next one if we need him? Like, why now? Sobbo's turned into that guy, bro. Right wing, midfielder, centre mid, defensive midfielder, 10. So now I guarantee you could put Sobbo at left back at this point and he will give you a good game. You can put Sobbo at left back right now and he'll get. You put him left wing, he can play there. Put him right wing, he can play there. You can even put him as the loans. Is he going to do the job at the highest level? No. But if you put him in there, he'll have the simple understanding of, okay, you just need me to do this in this role. And that's Curtis's problem. And do you know what? I remember one coach telling me that once. He said, you play too well in too many positions. And all it means is you're never going to be looked at, not from a Matt. They're going to think you're a good player, but you're never going to be looked at as I'm going to need to start him in this position. They've always got in the back of their mind going, if I need someone for this role, he's my guy. Yeah. But to start him, I won't start him because I might need him for something else. If something goes wrong, I might. So you end up going into this limbo space where you're a really good player, but you're not. You might not start a lot because the manager's thinking is always going to be, what if I need someone for this? And I'd rather have that weapon available and ready, not on the pitch, not tired. I'm like, well, you could have me on the pitch. You could have that player on the pitch using him. And then if you need to change it, then we can adapt. But they're not thinking that way, bro. They're thinking in the next way. Big up to Honest's question. If Gakpo says, run me 1v1 with the content creators who called him dead food, would they accept the challenge or nah? Also, smash the like. Big up to you, bro. Appreciate the love as always, man.
What I'll say to that question is, I'm only going to speak for myself in it because maybe someone else might have a different answer. When I say someone's dead food, to answer the question, no, I would never run him a 1v1 because I'm losing regardless. Like,
trust.
Like, I'm definitely losing. As in, he'll move so quick that I can't move that fast. So I would lose regardless. But people need to understand context. If I call a player dead, it's in the realm of other players of his status. If that kind of makes sense, right?
Oh no, that's your context, G. But that's not where everyone else comes from.
No, okay,
no one. I don't think many, but I know now they've heard you say it. If I do ask them, they're gonna say, "Yeah, that's where it is." And I've only ever heard you say it. When I hear them say "dead," I know they mean, bro, he's just rubbish. He's just rubbish. He's not good enough for us. I know you mean in the realm of his competitors, isn't it? Who's playing up against, who's playing, do you know what I mean? Who there's others out there in his position compared to them, bro, come on, man, fix up.
Yeah.
But they're not thinking like that still.
because I know, bro. Because it was really when we had this conversation about Nunes and like when he was here last season, and I remember thinking to myself, you know, if you went to we cuss Nunes, right? Cool. If you went to 4G pitch, anywhere, just a park,
Mhm.
I promise you, Nunes would make you look so shit. I don't care who you are, by the way. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're playing at National League level. I don't care if you're playing at League Two. I promise you, Nunes would make you look whack. And we think he's shit. Do you get what I'm saying? So when people are cussing, I'm like, that's fine. You can cuss him. But just remember, if you went up against Nunes, you would lose. Like, he can strike a ball harder than you. He's way faster than most man that I've ever seen, kind of thing. He's blatantly strong as well, you can tell. And that's strong from a professional football player aspect. So Lord knows what that strength looks like to just like a normal person. Bro, it's long. It's long. Trust me. You need to understand context. Not this question, by the way, but yeah.
No, I'll tell you, there was one time, we played, it was a five-a-side game, but I played against a few pros. And I remember this was the first time when I was younger, and this was the first time when I was thinking I am sick at football. And I remember, what was the defender's name? He was was it Sunderland at the time? It might have been one of the Spurs one. And I remember him pinning, like you know, when you go, set into feet, and I couldn't move. And I learned that same move. And to this day, I've used it and I've trained it to other players. Bro, he pinned me. And I promise you, I could not move.
That's long. Yeah, see?
That's what I knew. Like, I'm like, okay, there's strength and there's strength.
there's a different type of strength, bro. Different type of strength.
Bro, I couldn't. And you know, it was mad because even if you try and come out of the of the shield or him protecting the ball, either side there's a technique here that you use, and there's a way when there's a little grab of the shirt, but it's in the blind side, and the blind side is to roll you the opposite way they're trying to go. So when they're trying to go there, I'm tugging you, and you're off balance straight away. When I tug you and the release, the ref is never gonna see it.
That's what Salah's really good at. That's why he's so good at like pinning, man. And when you notice it, Salah will be holding certain players, and they're also holding him obviously at the same time.
Yeah.
The time they try to bring him down or whatever, he either, obviously this is Salah of old, by the way, he'll either roll, man, or they bring him down in those kind of situations, i.e. he'll just get the foul. But he seems so strong, but people are always shocked. I'm like, yeah, because his strength is just a different type of strength. Like, it's not going to be what you think it is because he's small and he doesn't look like he's that strong. Bro, I promise you, these guys will weight you.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a joke, bro. Their strength, the way they move, the sharpness. Like when you actually get to an opportunity to go and play against them or train with them, you realize, okay, there's a different level here. It's not the same. They just move so sharp. I remember watching shooting training with Defoe, and bro, the way he would move, bro, I was like, yeah, I've got them twitch muscles, but not like that. Like that. I'm like, yo, like, so just shift and bang, and the ball's gone. I'm like, nah, okay, all right. So that's why, when he starts off the season mad hot back in the day, and he was just racking goals, you're like, raw. If he carries this on, this is probably like 50 goal season. But then he always fall off because you're like, he does play for Spurs, doesn't he? You're like, you ain't gonna get, once the teams figure you guys out, you ain't getting them opportunities. Honesty as well. We'll end here. It says, G, when is the next R&B stream, my guy?
I do need to get back to streaming lives. I don't know.
I can't remember when the last time he did a stream, bro. I feel like I ain't seen one in time.
I know, bro. I know. I'll be honest.
Also, that's what I said. Yeah, I wanted to have the conversation. That's why I said the other day I needed you to phone me because I wanted to chat to you about the streaming stuff as well.
Oh, no, you know what it is, guys? I've got I haven't even promoted it or anything like that because I needed it to just kind of do its own thing for a bit. But I've got 3 new channels, three with a 4th that I'm doing now as well. So what you're slowly gonna start seeing, but you probably might even see, if you go on my page now, actually, you'll probably see on the the bit where it tells you
pages, feature channels.
Yeah, feature channels. Yeah, you'll see there's some new ones that I've thrown in there recently. So those are like my new pages that I'm doing, just because I wanted to touch into like other spaces, if I'm being honest, not just football. Like football obviously will still be there regardless, but I wanted to be able to go into other spaces, do other type of content, yeah, man, there's too much money to make him in YouTube, where I just didn't want to stick to just football all the time. So yeah, you'll see I've got this channel now. I've got 2 new ones, and then I've got a new one coming out on Monday, and then I've got another one like my Keeping It GTV. I've changed it now, so that's now going to be like an anime time logic channel. So we're just looking at different, like an alternate universe for anime. So like Naruto as an example. What if, I don't know, what if Naruto had a Sharingan as opposed to Sasuke having it, kind of thing like that? It will be that kind of vibe moving forward. So yeah, but it's a lot of work that I can't even lie. Like some of the videos take me ages to do, so I never really have the time then to let me do the video for GTV and stuff like that. But I can say I'm gonna come back. I will. I just couldn't tell you a date. That's something I can definitely say. Yeah, you will definitely see a live this month. I'm gonna try and keep to 4 lives this month. That's my aim. Is 4 lives this month. I couldn't tell you. I can't tell you.
Nah, fairs, man. Listen, big things to come, guys, man. And yeah, same here, bro. I've got stuff that's pending, bro. Not even pending. Like I film one of the new series I'm trying to do next week, and then once that drops, it'll be for members first. So the members, you guys will be able to see it early, and then then the rest of the guys, and then you'll see what we're doing, man. We're doing. Trust me, we're about to do some next stuff this year, man. So keep showing that love, keep showing that appreciation, man. And look, listen, I know there was a lot of you here for 2 hours listening to us conversate. And how I know sometimes where the conversation is good, the chat slows down, because I think everyone's spending more time listening than voicing their concerns as well. So I appreciate that. That's always a strong point when I always see that we're conversating and people staying and listening in. Last time G streamed, the end was bored. Now look, raw, it's mad. I've never been bored.
What did I miss that outside?
I've never been. Nah, to be fair, I've had low haircuts, but not bald. I ain't like you and Sav. I ain't, and Dean.
Okay.
See, you see when I get triggered, I say that's what I'm saying.
Bro, you just saying stuff like, as in, I feel like that was coming from like a darker place than it was supposed to.
No, it shouldn't have, because that's just names, and I didn't want to leave someone out. So that's why even Dean weren't even a part of what I originally thought.
Even worse.
But then I said it. I said it.
That's even. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's what I was supposed to ask you. You see, when you signed into when I came into the stream, that's how you know I haven't done a live for time, because I came into the stream, it looked different. Like it wasn't like it was saying, it had some next thing pop up. It was like,
the welcome message.
Yeah, what did you put that in, or is that something that's?
We'll talk about that.
Bro, I was like, what is this? I said, I should get in the stream, bro. Like, what am I?
No, just to let you know where we're going and what the conversation's about, just so you know. You just join and you're like, Rod, where do I fit in the conversation? You want to join and you want to join and you see where you're at, man. But listen, what's coming up, guys? I don't think I've got a stream tomorrow just yet, but obviously we'll see what's kind of pending. But Sunday, you already know we are going to be doing the call-in straight after the game. Win, lose, or draw, we will be there. And for those that joined the quiz night yesterday, the quiz night is back. Yeah, the quiz night is back. It was a vibe. Dean and Ish was obviously on the panel. G obviously said he couldn't make it. Sav couldn't make it. But hopefully, we should have few of the guys. Jerry said he couldn't make it. But yeah, we should have Tariq. I think he was like, yo, missed it. There was Matt as well, not from Coppish. Matt from Back of the Net podcast. He's an Arsenal fan. He was meant to be there as well, but something. So I'll try and get a good panel together as well. And obviously Derek, that you guys know, another Arsenal fan on my boys. He was always in the quiz night as well, crashing out if he didn't win. So if I can get the team back together and run the quiz night again, it's going to be mad. I think we had, 12, 13 people taking part. For the first one back, where it's not been consistent, that's great. Honestly, I thought maybe just Dean and Ish was going to take part, maybe 1 or 2 in the chat. But to have that many people from sort of coming back to doing it, but now you guys know Kahoot, quiz nights, put those 2 together, pencil it in, and we'll be doing it every week as well. As I said, it's either going to be on a Thursday or a Wednesday. But what I'll normally do anyway, I'll make sure that goes up, whether it's going to be on a Wednesday or the Thursday, that will go up early in the week. So you guys know, right, boom, we know we got that to come. And then, as I said, it's going to be general knowledge It's a vibe. Like yesterday was a vibe. It was honestly, it
But
was.
there's a couple questions that you man got wrong, and I'm like, bro,
Whoa. Wait, hey, I'm the quiz master. I didn't get no questions wrong, bro. That's them. I ain't gonna lie. I would have been shocking at that one. I would have finished in the top 5 based around how many I believe I would have got right.
Nah,
but
there was the
I
question
wouldn't
about
want.
there was the question about the inventions, which inventing. I was like, bro, you lot should know this, bro. Like it was
Whoa. Why should they know this, bro? Like, not everyone spends time in the history books, G.
ends. You don't need to spend. Think about it logically. It was even giving you the answer in the actual thing when it's calling it. What did it? A press something. I was like, guys, just think about when was the last time you even heard that word in itself. Internet is obviously going to be last regardless.
Yeah, internet.
Right?
Yeah. That's going to be
So
you know that.
So all in. I think it's like you got 10 seconds to answer the question. I think
20 seconds.
Oh my days, 20 seconds, bro. Process of elimination. All right, internet, that had to be last. So you got 3 answers that you had to pick from. So just think back to when do you think a light bulb would have been created? Like I don't know. When I saw it and I saw people go, I said, hey bro, you man are just crazy. I was bucked up. I was on the train, bro. I was on the train. I was creasing. I said, because I got the answer correct, and I was thinking, who got it wrong? Like, what's going on, guys? 20 seconds. Yeah, Morris, 20 seconds is a long time to answer.
No, do you know why I've made it 20 seconds? It's more 20 seconds for the guys in the chat because I know there's a delay on YouTube. So whatever we say, you get it 1, 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds, just in case. You might have not even realized you're not even up to date. You have to refresh the page, stuff like that. So that's me taking everyone into consideration. The chat, the guys on the panel gets it straight away. Yeah, so they should already be ready to go. So it's more for the benefit of you guys. Or else I would have made it 10 seconds. But I'm like, right, it's a bit harsh if you guys are seeing the timer go off, but you've missed like 2 seconds of it, 3 seconds of it.
Because
that could be the difference.
When I was watching it, to be fair, when one of the questions came up on YouTube, when I'm watching it, it come up with like, so I had missed basically like 5 to 6 seconds before your timer on the screen, before it even showed up. And that was me watching it on YouTube. So I was like, oh, snap. I was like, well, obviously, but I didn't know how long you like were taking through the. So I thought, oh, that maybe the time. But if you're saying it was 20 seconds, yeah, there was one question where literally it got to 15 seconds left of the timer. And that's when I saw the question. I was like, oh, right, that's a bit.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine if it was like 10 seconds, then you got 5s just scrambling.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
You're scrambling. So I was just thinking, minimum you'd have like 18, 19, 17 seconds to answer. I'm like, that's more than enough time to gather your thoughts together and go, right, what is the answer? Let me type it out. And as I said, it will get better as well. It will get better. It will get more fun once I get the guys, the band back together and get the panel together as well. You man competing against the chat, it's gonna be mad because I already know the competitiveness of all of you man already. I already know once we do quiz and it gets back into the motion, I already know the crash outs.
Savage cheater in that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't want him on the thing. He'd just be cheating. Like, how you winning every single week? Like, what coincidence that you're always winning every single week? I don't
Savage is cheating on the quiz. That's
Savage,
mad.
you heard what I said. Wherever you're listening from, Savage, you heard what I said. You heard what I said.
Nah.
115, man, or 116, wherever it is for Man City. That's what Savage is on.
And then what's the no, he's saying that's how much charges he's got.
No, it's crazy. He was answering the questions man quick. I was like, bro, I feel like your brain wouldn't even have processed the question that fast. Like, I don't know, ChatGPT might be open.
Wow. Well, open on the screen, just type the answer in.
Bro, listen, if you got the extension, I've got extensions on my thing. Yeah, bro, it's cool.
Fairs. And then Dell as well. Dell used to get some right. And then hopefully we get some of the girls back to get involved as well in it, because it's always good to have always good to see, man, because people get competitive. And you know what's crazy? It only shows you the top 5. So if you're not in the top 5, you're getting bantered, bro. There was one moment when Ish said, I swear I've answered so many, and Dean's got 3 wrong, and I'm still not in the top 5. But
that means you get it wrong, boy.
And then someone spelled carbon dioxide, but they put the word together, bros. So it was just one long word, no space.
Oh yeah.
They got it right in terms of the spelling, but there was no space.
Yeah, you gotta be accurate with these things. But no, I think the quiz answer will be good, and I think people will. I think everyone would enjoy it anyway because it's
Big
sometimes
up
it's good
Noise.
for the break, like
Yeah.
a little break in just proceedings and stuff. And if it's on like a Wednesday, Thursday, obviously Champions League doesn't come back until like
Yeah, so
March.
so it's just about deciding if it's a Champions League night, we'll move it to the Thursday, but if it's not, it will be on a Wednesday kind of thing. So as I said, I'm gonna make sure I schedule it early in the week so people know, right, this is where it's gonna be and this time. So at least then they know, right, let's prep for that. And I even messaged a few people that used to take part in the background. They're like, oh my days, the quiz is back. They weren't able to join this one. But hopefully, the aim is to get like 50 people playing, like even more. Like if we can get as many as we possibly can to play, it'll be a vibe, man. Because and then one guy commented and said, yeah, he was cheating yesterday. Still, I said, "Raw, I don't know if you should own. I don't know if you should say that still, because now
I don't want you in the game. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't because then there's what's the point if you're just gonna cheat your way to like the top and stuff
fake
like that.
win.
Yeah, that's a fake win, bro. Like, then I don't know, like, are you actually smart or is it one of those ones where it's nah, man, don't cheat, guys. Like, the whole fun of it is to just, just to, answer the questions and, kind of go from there. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well, that's 20 minutes of explaining what's coming up. Big up, G. Appreciate you jumping in. G's channel is in the description as well. And once I know the new channels, I will put those in the description.
I'll send it to you right now. I've got it right here, right now.
I appreciate it. And then Dean's one is also in the description. Savage's channels are in there as well. And if you want some more content, head over to the Day After podcast. I do need to do another live on there. I've got so many videos to do, so little time, but it is what it is, guys. I'll try my best to get up to speed with everything, but you already know, man. Thanks for showing your support. Drop a like on the video and obviously let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Everything's already timestamped, so you can go to your favorite bits of the show, rewatch it, and leave your thoughts there, man. But G, love for the love. Peace out, people. Enjoy.